Last time on Icon, our three adventurers coalesced unto an inconspicuous roadside inn on their way to their destination, the port town of Meriday. Zaffir managed to add to the numbers of his cadre of animal friends and acquired a mysterious egg as a reward for becoming a farmhand for a day. Andrialphus received a puzzling divination related to some future retribution and crossed paths with a mysterious red moth syndicate. And Mantrax received an odd gift from a hooded stranger, a glowing green eye that refers to itself as Pablo. Where will the road take our adventurers off a fresh head of sleep? Find out today on The Ruin Runners.
Me, what happened last time?
Well, you know what happened last time, I just told you.
Yes. Thank you for saving me work.
Yes. I think I'll probably redo that in post, because I feel like I need to get a better structure going. I'm a little frazzled, but let's in keep with tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the most esteemed Icon podcast in the land. Ruin Runners is back, and this time we are cooking with gas. After being handed a strange series of events, the party has become a little bit more familiar with the narrative action system and what to expect from it. Additionally,
we learned that Korak's curse extends no matter what rule system we're using.
Not
Even
necessarily
in,
true.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Not necessarily true. As you've seen, he actually did manage to get a couple of things, including a mysterious egg that he can actually progress, which is now his level 6 and his 6 action ambition that he can progress as soon as we begin our next interlude, which should be happening at the start. So, after receiving your well-earned rest, you all emerge from your rooms to a nice, soothing morning. The weather hasn't quite, the sun hasn't quite gotten up yet. So there's this sense of, remaining chilliness in the air, paired up with like the soothing rays of the morning sun. You see people, the farm hands get up for work, but it's surprisingly quiet otherwise. Perfect for your tendencies if you're one to prefer quieter spaces. The only thing you notice, the only major notice of movement you see is people getting pushed onto the trader wagons, all lined up as some sort of wheeled centipede, sort of ready to go trudge along outside this roadside inn once more. I believe,
Centipede beast of burden, huh?
It's not a literal centipede, Rex. I meant figuratively, as in, look,
Oh, okay.
Look, all the wagons are lined up.
Okay, I wasn't sure how weird high fantasy we were going. I thought people
That's
were
later.
riding a giant
No, don't worry. That's
Okay,
later.
got it.
That exists in this setting, but not here.
Good to know.
Yes. You can see. You can see some of the people you helped out on the previous day, just sort of hanging about, having their breakfast, including but not limited to the fine mandrill beast folk Moe, ready to move on alongside you. So, you guys headed to Meriday after this, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, that bike only fit one, and also it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. It was a good 5 minutes while I was able to ride you.
Pretty uncommon sight outside of imperial, mandate. Certainly something I didn't expect to see. Where do you come from, anyway?
Well, about a month's worth of travel inland.
Oh, man. That's good.
Yeah, I'm freshwater, so this is gonna be a hell of a change of pace for me.
As long as you get used to the smell, it shouldn't bother you. Or I guess stay far away from the port. It's different strokes for different folks type situation. I know I certainly don't like the smell of the sea whenever ships are around it. That's why I built my church a little far toward land.
Most worried about being able to see anything from all the salt in my eyes.
So, you guys have the opportunity to get up on the
Hydra's back.
on the wagon and make your way toward Meriday as soon as you arrive, and should give you guys some time for an interlude. An interlude, as you know, is a space and time where you guys may pursue any and all ambitions, and just generally recover all of your stats. All your health is recovered, all your effort, all your strain, if it otherwise wasn't. If you have a burden, you may also attempt to heal them, but that is neither for this time, but maybe for another time, when you finally have burdens to, heal. But it allows you a newfound, liberty in that you can finally get a chance to converse with your fellow friends, your newfound companions, as you make your way toward Meriday City, as, it will take a little bit of time to get there.
Hey guys, check this out, I say, and I pull out the eyeball.
Hello, I'm Pablo. Would you like to find the rest of me?
What
I'm good.
in the world is that?
You know as much as I do.
Actually, I know a little bit more. But it's not much.
Oh, okay.
Actually, but it's not much. A cat person gave it to you.
Oh, right. That happened, like, in a flashback, as I was doing work on the bike, I think.
Yes, it was some sort of horse. It was some sort of horse person with a large poncho and an even more iconic looking hat. They sort of left it in your care and rushed toward the horizon, never to be seen again.
But by the way, who was that lady who gave you to me?
Hi, I'm Pablo. You want to find the rest of me?
Oh, you can't say anything but that, can you?
Hi, I'm Pablo. Want to find the rest of me? Which animal is that, Korak?
The Angry Birds.
Seagull? Okay, that also,
True.
yeah, that checks.
True.
I suppose you have any idea where the rest of you would be, would you?
Hi,
He
I'm
repeats the
Pablo.
same
Oh,
sentence he keeps saying.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Do you have any opinions on determinism versus free will, Pablo?
Hi, I'm Pablo. Want to find the rest of me?
That's what I thought.
How dare you think I'm just so...
Does it seem like he's reacting or changing the delivery of that sentence at all, or is it the same phrasing
it feels,
and emphasis
This
each time?
feels pretty automated. You are looking at this thing. It can't really emote at all, seeing as it's an I. But whatever voice you hear from it feels very distant and automated. There's no real interacting with this thing as far as you're concerned.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Awesome.
Take it off now.
Or I'll take you off.
Alright, and I start taking off my clothes.
Oh well,
No, I don't do
that's
that.
That's fair.
I do loosen my scarf and shove it inside, though.
All right. Oh yeah, by the way, you have.
I don't suppose any of you have any other pieces of that thing, do you?
Oh yeah, this reminds me. You also get your new
Very nice.
How do I say this? Yeah, your little provisionary.
If you scroll
icons.
down, my character is
For the
wearing the
time
by
being.
any means necessary shirt.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your funny little bird.
Goodness.
Get the drip.
So, in regards
Oh,
to this
goodness.
interlude, what else can we do besides doing ambitions? Is
There we
like, a
go.
list of
I am
what's
back
yes.
up and running again. Sorry, I just for some reason
thankfully
it.
you hadn't said anything yet.
So let's do another sync test that Chills can use to put my audio together.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
So 3,
Should we
2,
pause the recording?
1. Sync.
Sync.
3, 2,
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Sync.
Yeah, I'll just make a note of this while
There we
editing.
go. That should be good.
Yes.
Sorry,
All right.
I at least
Sync.
noticed it before,
Okay.
and
Sync.
not 30 minutes in or an hour in.
So yeah, as far as interludes go, you guys can
Sync.
just sort of you can build,
Yeah.
heal, and learn. So essentially, just
Now, yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
attempt to use whatever action ratings you have to build toward your ambitions, heal your burdens, converse with each other about things that you want to do, like maybe get new ambitions, talk about them. You can you can attempt to, you can heal your burdens and strain if you haven't already.
We can flirt. We can.
We only just met. Give it time.
What do you mean? You can do this with Shadowheart. All you have to do is pet the dog.
Is that true? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just found the interlude
my
section.
goodness.
So, all right, yeah. So we can also get started on
Yes,
on
you
new
can get started
interludes,
on
right?
a new expedition, as well as get started on new ambitions that you might want to set aside for yourselves.
And we don't have any group ambitions yet, do
No,
we?
not yet. Seeing as you've all just met,
And
I
the main
thought it would
reason-
be good to
And
continue, to converse and establish something, since you all will be traveling for a little bit of time.
yeah, so before any of the crafting work, I guess I'll note what the rest of the game plan is. Okay, so when we get to the city, I know a guy.
Okay. Does he know anything? Blech, I don't even know what voice I gave Zaffir. Oh no.
That was the right voice, I think.
and gravelly. How dare you make this innocent forest creature hurt? I will grab you and shove you into the dirt.
That was more like what you were doing.
Yes, that kind of sounds like. I think this is close.
Yeah.
I mean, this might
Well, this is
sound a bit
perfect.
more like a keel, but I mean, I don't know. I miss PTU.
It's just about what you got.
I miss Shora.
That's what you had, yeah.
Shore's Hill here. You could just go to a farm upstate where all the people in Alabama can run free and play.
But yes.
I know a guy. He can set us up with tickets. Might be a couple hiccups on the way there, but I do know a guy who could set us up.
All right. So you can establish that kind of ambition as well. Or
I'm not sure if I need to use an ambition for that because I have, as the bond feature I unlocked, fruitful. You have a contact or family member in every
right,
populated
this is true.
location. Describe this person with the GM and pick one. Choose carefully. Not in trouble with the law. Reliable. Won't need a favor.
all right, so pick one. So describe it to me, this person to me, and then pick one.
Before I do that, let me check with everyone else. Which one do you think we should pick?
What were the options?
Not in trouble with the law.
Mhm.
Reliable. Won't need a favor.
Probably not in trouble with the law would be quite good.
I say reliable.
For this early on, yeah, because it sounds like there is some kind of intrigue going on, and it would be best not to get tangled up in more of that than we need to this before we have anything established or any tools to use to bypass social bullshit. So, not in trouble with the law, then. And as for a description, this person... I'm going to say this is the person... Yeah, they're a butterfly folk. I used to write some correspondence with them as part of an inventors guild. We had like a little system of rapid transmission magical letters. Unfortunately, it was a bit limited due to several international intercity incidents, and I haven't spoken with them in like a year or so, but
why are you
I think that they probably have enough of a slush fund going from their own pursuits. They were pretty good with a lot of the same tech that I work with to be able to help us get set up with a ticket.
In that case, Mantrax, roll me a d6. Actually, you have, let me check. Yeah, roll me a d6.
Would it be 2d6? Because the fruitful gives me a die on any actions where your contact could
help sure,
you. Or is it separate
2d6
from that?
Keep the highest.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
nice.
Grace, that's a 6.
Excellent. No complications.
Nice.
You remember this person at, this is mostly just so, this is a person you have kept a lot of contact with over the past few years. They haven't really drifted too far from their initial vocation. You guys don't have a lot of... You haven't disagreed. You guys haven't been in disagreement with each other for a while. So you're pretty confident that what you say is what you're going to get.
And he's a butterfly folk, so he looks like this.
Cool. All right. So, in that case, that seems like a pretty good idea. Let's try to establish this, establish the idea for this expedition. What is it that you're trying to do?
So, the expedition is to the Arken ruin itself off the coast, right?
The expedition is to, well, depends what you guys are trying to do at the moment. What are you most interested in, where are you most interested in going when war, like, particularly why you're interested in Meriday as a city?
I don't give a crap about Meriday as a city. I want the thick, juicy, lost tech.
Yes.
Treasure.
So, but if there's one thing you know about this place, is that it is heavily guarded. You've heard the rumors before coming here. This place is swarming with the Blue Crown, which is the armed forces of the empire of our settings empire. They've been occupying the city of Meriday for a while now, particularly because they are searching for something within the inside of this Arken ruin that lay close by the city. And that's something you're going to have to deal with as soon as you are within city perimeter.
I do have fake paperwork and stuff as part of my kit, but that isn't going to immediately solve things. That's just an accident.
You'll probably have to deal with the armed forces, known also as the Burbigians, due to their clam-shaped armor.
Ah.
Can't be a fantasy setting without a bunch of made-up names. I think that if we're also doing communal definition of goals, then I think in order to get to the Arken ruins, you mentioned it was off the coast. Well, we needed to take a ship there. Rather.
No, I mentioned it was close to it was close to town. Not that it was off the coast.
Okay. And the guy I established might be able to assist us with that via some form of inventions, or he's helping us as a further asset to skip through some red tape and or help us sneak in illicitly.
Or they could help you sneak out.
Actually, yeah, I think it might be good to have them help us plan an exit, but for getting in, I think I upped my sneak by 1. I'm pretty confident that should be enough. Anyone else have anything to add for communal definitions of the trip? Any other goals?
Trying to think. Any communal definitions?
Yes.
One thing that comes to mind is regarding the ore that Zaffir mentioned.
Oh yeah, true.
Rock, that's you.
Well, I mentioned it, and that was it.
Right.
No one asked any questions.
I didn't remember.
We could ask those questions
true.
now.
One thing that I could mention about it is the following. So, Zaffir's been searching for a particular type of mineral. This mineral is typically lost to time. Typically lost to time at this stage. But the Arken lords were known to covet the precious and unobtainable. As such, beneath the treasure vaults of these long-lost spaces is a place where he might have luck, where he might have good fortune in finding that which he seeks.
Okay, so it's not something you could find in the marketplace.
No. No, it can't.
Yes.
Right. So, we're gonna have to go through the city itself, though, in order to get to my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all we need to do for planning this expedition? Are there any other prompts we need to
I'm
answer?
just trying to get a feel for what you guys are trying to do. First,
Okay.
we define your goal. We play to answer this question. What will you guys do to get? What will you guys do to get there eventually? And if you'll be successful, we'll see. We don't need to have an answer yet, just have an idea of how you guys might get there.
We're on a wagon.
I'm on a boat.
Not yet.
A wagon boat seems like an effective
So
way to
yeah,
get
you
there.
guys are all in search of some particular thing, some of which you might find in your quest. Mantrax wants to find Arken relics, and perhaps figure out the mystery of what Pablo's deal is. Zaffir wants to find the tear of the goddess. And what does Andre want to do?
Andre wants to restore the honor back to his family's name.
He wants a cookie. That's all Andre wants.
No.
Andre just wants a cookie.
No.
And
2 cookies.
Still no.
Who was it that took the
3 cookies.
And who was it that took away the honor of your family name?
That would have been a group of eagle beast folk.
Right. Now, the Reynod Empire is a surprisingly mobile empire, despite being stationed so far closest to the ocean. They seem to move about seemingly in accordance to necessity, and they have had, their eyes on a lot of conflicts over the years. If you manage to interrogate a higher officer, you might be able to get closer to finding out more about where you can find one of these eagle tribesmen. Then again, That might also be followed by the need to charter a boat and get the hell out of this island. Or get the hell out of this city.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll get there when you get there. So, with the goals established, choose some custom rules if applicable. We have preset frameworks, tools, special actions, and custom expedition rules for running particular expedition types. On page 20, you can find stuff. But I can always run an expedition without a type and just improvise, which I feel would be best for this situation. Next,
Okay.
we define the number of camps.
What does that mean?
Before characters embark on an expedition, the GM sets the amount of times characters can camp. Supplies to camp in the wilderness are limited, and time is usually short. Camping lets characters heal and fully recuperate. For a short or time-limited expedition, characters won't be able to camp. For other expeditions, characters should gain the ability to camp once for every 3 combat encounters. This, to me, feels like a short or time-limited expedition, as you guys are pretty much running against the clock of these Imperials finding what they were looking for before you do.
Okay, so we only get the 1 camp then.
No, you won't be able to camp at all.
Oh, I see.
Oofa.
And in other expeditions, characters should gain the ability to camp once for every 3 combat encounters the GM expects them to go through. So once for every 1 to 3 encounters, and twice for every 4 to 6. Or if there is less tactical combat, once for every 3 major obstacles the GM expects them to go through. Characters can camp at any time they have an hour or so and enough safety in which to do so. Next up, set your job and abilities if you expect tactical combat, which I let you know there is.
Yeah.
Reset your character. Your character heals all wounds, all HP, all strain, unticks, all effort, and chooses a kit for their expedition. Just about the only thing you don't do is heal burdens. And then define rewards. All expeditions normally reward 6 XP and 3 dust if they're successful, but if there are extra rewards possible, define them here. I'm not really going to prompt these kinds of rewards because I want to leave them a mystery, but I can tell you, you will be leaving the Arken ruins with a new cool thing to look forward to in the future.
Yay!
And then,
All right.
finally, set out. Don't worry about how you get there or over planning. Get your feet on the road and cut to the action. And so
we only get 1 chance per expedition to pursue individual
yes,
ambitions then?
that would be right now. And then after the
Okay.
expedition that expedition is done, which would come probably next session or at the end of this one.
Before we do that, we are kind of riding by the coast, right?
Yes, you guys are riding. You guys are riding by the coast, or what is becoming the coast. You can see the ocean sort of gliding by. The beach sort of forming up.
Who wants to go fishing?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Let's see.
you are at a particular spot at the front of this wagon trail, and you're confident that you can fish something up really quickly, and then just sort of catch back up with the rest of the convoy. So yes, this would be applicable.
All right, is everyone okay if I make the first roll?
That is fine with me.
I picked this for chills since I know you like fishing
Yippee!
games so much.
Fishing!
Okay, 1d6 to start with.
All right,
Here
let
we
me go back.
Kind and full of grace. No!
What do you got? Oh!
Ha ha! 1!
Haha.
Line
One.
unfortunate. The line has snapped. No result.
Ah.
Uh-huh. Such is life.
Zaffir is
Probably
going to
'cause I-
come up and say, Mantrax, that's not how you fish. Let me show you how we do it on the Isles. I am going
One
to...
character can fish.
Oh.
The line is snapped,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate situation.
Oh no! It's the really long rod. It takes a really long time to, and we could see as the camera pans back. I literally did not leave the wagon when I went to fish. This was a comically wide fishing line that went down a long cliff all the way into the water.
Yes.
It takes a lot of time to get that much fishing line, unfortunately.
Ooh.
The fish mockingly jump up and down.
The fish flipped me
Yes.
off.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna channel my frustration into tinkering with this eyeball.
Alright.
Mantrax will remember this.
So I guess I'm rolling a tinker check
All right.
then. Or tinker.
Give me the roll.
Could I spend effort on this?
I don't remember. I think you are just... I don't think you can. You're always going to be making progress toward this regardless of roll.
I guess in this case I am trying to, since it's not gonna say jack shit, I'm looking at this thing's construction, maybe trying to disassemble and reassemble it, see if I could get any more clue of its
This is
origins.
a 10-segment ambition, so go ahead and roll me. Okay,
Oh my
pursue
gosh.
ambitions. When you have a clear goal or project in mind, or you want to obtain something, i.e. power, allies, dust, access, or information, so probably information, you can write it as an ambition. An ambition could be anything from crafting a magic sword, researching into long-forgotten civilizations, simply pursuing personal growths, or bringing together an alliance to fight a monster invasion. I decide if the ambition is possible, what did you say exactly you wanted to do?
I'm trying to disassemble and reassemble it to see if I can find any more clues of its origin.
Well, since you are an expert in dealing with this kind of technology, it would be pretty easy to assemble or disassemble it. So I'm going to define it instead as a 4-step ambition instead of a
okay.
a 10.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and move those to different segments then.
Mhm.
I interior, I
Yes.
suppose, then.
Mission will be, I decide how hard the ambition will be to accomplish, and I did. And you guys can all pursue your individual ambitions.
I would like to see what this egg is doing.
All right, what are you going to roll for me? Okay, a 5.
Ooh.
Okay,
While you decide on what to roll, let's go over what this happens.
so you fill 2 segments on it. You begin making your rounds on this thing. This is delicate work, not something you're typically super used to because you're more of a machinist, and this thing is a lot more. This thing's a lot more utilitarian. It feels almost like an art piece when you go examine it. But Arken tech is still Arken tech, and you manage to fiddle about pretty prodigiously throughout its circuitry and the little spots. You feel like you're pretty close to getting a better idea of where it comes from. But as a tip, you've managed to at least figure out that this thing is meant to be some sort of prosthetic.
Huh. Not what I expected from something that introduced itself by name.
I am going to use sense.
Mm-hmm.
I
Now,
licked
how
the
high-
egg.
I see. Your sense
0.
is 0, so you would roll me
Wait.
me 2 and give me the lowest.
Wait, why did I put myself as 2 cents? Oh, that was because it was a different thing,
I don't...
guess.
Are you on the wrong
Oh,
sheet?
You might be on the wrong version of the sheet.
No, you're definitely
You're
at the icon 5.
You are
1.5,
here.
right?
Oh, I had 2 traverse.
Yeah, you're at traverse. It's not sense.
Maybe he can
You
also
can
use
also
Tinker,
tinker
too.
if you want.
Oh, I can use Tinker instead?
In that case, so let's pretend you said tinker with your
Okay. Because I was going to say it's
with a
an
5.
egg.
It's an egg. So eggs typically take a very long time to
6
So
on Tinker.
Ooh.
so
So only a somewhat good result.
no, actually it's a great result.
No, 2 6s is a perfect
No,
result.
yes, but a 6 is also a good result. So, for example, you fill out 3 segments on a 6, which I will establish this egg as being a, let's say, eggs typically take a long time to hatch. So, let's say it's a 10-step ambition. You do as the typical care is made for this kind of procedure. Knowing as much about animals as you do, you attempt to warm up this. You attempt to warm up this thing as much as you can without placing a lot of pressure on it. You get the sense that the egg is healthy enough at least to maintain its shape. And you get a little closer to figuring out what exactly the egg is. It's not exactly black. It's more greenish almost. It's kind of like how certain segments of pigmentation appear to be a certain color under the light, but when some sort of rim lighting is shown upon them, you can reveal what the true color of the pigment is. It appears black, but is actually green. And there's...
Do I know if dragons exist in this?
Dragons do exist in this setting, yes. You are aware of it. You feel the surface of the egg to be slightly coarse to the touch. Almost segmented in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the feel.
I'm gonna pet.
And this hard shell, and the hard shell also clues you in that you are dealing with. You are not dealing with any kind of amphibian. The shell is hard and definitely not
reptile.
Yeah, could be reptile, could be avian. It just depends on what it is that you're... It could be one of the two. You managed to run it down to those two.
Don't do a racism by asking Andre about it.
Okay. I'm gonna pet Gruel and I'm gonna pet Doria.
And Andre, what would you like to...
Yes.
What would you like to establish as your ambition?
I guess my ambition would be finding out what kind of treasure would either bring back my family's honor or where the eagle beast folk would be at, so I can reclaim it through revenge. Either one of those.
I will
two.
say I think the second one is probably more likely to be applicable in this particular mode and environment.
Okay.
I'm going to set it aside as a 6 ambition.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me what you think is appropriate for where you are.
If you want suggestions, that sounds like talking with other people on the trip, so maybe command.
I suppose so.
Yeah, I could do that. So let's see. I know there's a thing on the character sheet for that. Command. There we go. Why do I have it as command 1 here? No.
That's 2. I think you might have gotten an extra bit of command from your level up.
Yeah. First one. Yeah, okay, there we go. And
2, keep the highest.
up. 6! Or no, that
5.
wasn't mine. Ooh. 5.
All right. You
Still
pick up
good.
2. So,
All right, and that is was that a 10 ambition?
yes. No, so it was a 6. It was a
Oh,
6.
thanks.
Okay, just wanted to
So,
make sure.
you managed to composite a rough sketch, rough as you can, of the people you saw. Their tribal outfits, their general appearance, the way they carry themselves, their weapons, something you could feasibly show to someone and have them sort of give you an honest answer based on what they're looking at. And then you make your way to the rest of the wagons. You start walking along and you start asking people. And if you would like to roleplay that, you can.
I'll at least roleplay a little bit of that.
All right. I guess.
Look,
Yeah. Go ahead.
look, I'm just looking for these guys, alright? It's not too important for yourself why I need to find them. Just be sure to know that I absolutely, positively need to find these guys as soon as possible.
Let me tell you, stranger. I don't know too much about no eagle folk. As far as I can tell, I never been much place else. But I could tell you this. One thing that I've noticed about the passing, beast folk, bird variety, as far as I can tell, is during the colder climates they tend to move further. They tend to move further toward the south from their provincial homes. They, having the higher capacity for movement, they kind of. I'm my guess that they. I'm not saying that you do that. I'm just saying that this is what I noticed. They tend to do that as part of as a part of their culture. Perhaps you could find them.
I see.
Perhaps you could find them closer to the Southlands, far from here. Down where it's warmer this time of year.
Perhaps.
And you.
Thank you for saving our town, but your revenge is in another
This is
castle.
And you go around more or less asking this question, getting varied results. Not too much useful information, but you do get a little bit of a tendency to notice that people have an idea that they might be southward.
Okay.
You have a direction, at least. Are we headed southward?
No,
now?
you're headed to the east.
We could head south from there
This
later.
is true.
No, we're heading west.
So, is that all the ambitions you wanted to pursue?
I believe so.
Oh, we can only do one ambition per per interval.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
normally. Okay, I guess that is.
All
then,
right.
yeah.
In that case, you guys spend the rest of the time conversing amongst yourselves and just sort of catching up with each other, which I don't think you guys introduced yourselves too much to each other prior, but whatever.
We had a little bit of it.
Yeah. And it gives you enough time to get a little bit of shut-eye until you arrive here. Welcome to the royal port city of Meriday.
Ooh.
As you may have remembered, this place in history has gone through a bit of a revolution. The increase of funds being funneled into this place let them sort of clean up real nice and get a new coat of paint all over the city. Since then, it's become a real popular a real popular destination for those who seek travel, as bigger and bigger ships have been used for tourism in the places where they need to go, as well as what you have heard has been the promise of an industrial revolution coming to this place. But of course, this is all in part due to the recent occupation by the Ray Node Empire, the Blue Crown, as they are called.
I think shortly before we head into town, Mantrax grabs everyone and, okay, let's go hash out our cover stories together.
All right.
Now, ideally, we do not get caught by the Crown when we're sneaking in, but if, who am I kidding, when they encounter us, what's our cover? And I have some papers here, and I pull out a fake Blue Crown Imperial badge, some fake officer commissions from my kit, along with the little funny officer's hat and some makeup kits.
We could say that we are new recruits for the Royal Guard.
Gonna have to put a lot of makeup on Big Guy to make him look younger then.
You saying I'm not young, Bug?
That's exactly what we're saying. You look older than I am. I'm sure I'm your senior.
I mean, Trogs, live for, what, 1,000 years?
Maybe.
Sounds boring.
It exists.
Says the 900-year-old Trog who was actually a very old man.
Says the 900-year-old to the 19-year-old.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So, as soon as you arrive, you are, stopped by Border Patrol. They slowly begin to, check in with the IDs, with identities of everyone on board, and they slowly but surely start making their way toward your wagon. These Babidian commanders are not. They are armed, but they're not in high numbers. So they are very much just a routine guard for this particular place. Just to make sure that there aren't any unlawful immigrations going on. So, they come in and address you. All right, gonna need the ID.
All right, and I give him the one of my dozen of fake ID papers.
All right, and check out. I don't remember seeing you too much seeing you around and practiced. I thought Prince Ariel had moved everybody over here as soon as he heard the news of the Arken ruins discovery.
Yeah, we're on our way here, but it's a big world, takes imports from everywhere.
I guess I can see that. And who are they?
Trainees. Well, the bird's one. He's part of the team. The big guy's part of the team to help analyze it.
All right.
Duh.
All right. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess this check. Well, I guess that checks out. Have a good one. Hope to see you at Leaky Eye tonight.
Yeah. Right, for the Empire.
Yeah, right. For the Blue Crown.
Duh.
As soon as he's not looking, a Mantrax starts scraping their tongue.
Duh.
I don't even know if Xixos have tongues, but sure. That works out.
His mandibles.
We still roll with it.
Yes,
We
yeah,
do roll
mandibles.
with it, in fact. All right, you arrive at the. So you arrive at Center Town. You have a little bit of liberty of where you want to go, but but you do notice a garrison of troops sort of moving outside the perimeters of town, sort of making their way out through a separate exit from the one you came in. That exit leads them further north outside the town borders. These guys are armed, and they are traveling in large groups. They're being outfitted. You don't know where they're being outfitted, but you could find out. potentially sneak some armor sets for yourselves through there, as those kinds of things tend to be more heavily guarded.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Do you want me to go ahead and roll sneak for that? I was thinking of going for the contact I established through the bond power, but getting the armor for cover is also a good idea. Do you guys have any ideas for what to do before?
I think. Oh my goodness. The armor sounds like the best bet.
All right.
As long as we can establish our cover, that is so far the best option at the moment.
Yeah. Let me check skill ratings to see if those could potentially help with ideas. What does Excel do as a skill? Because all the other skills make sense to me.
Excel is essentially
ranged weaponry.
Act with concentrated precision or skill. Fire a ranged weapon. Hit a tiny target at a range. Catch a fallen coin. Balance on a narrow wire. Squeeze through a tight.
It's dexterity.
Yeah, it's a catch-all for dexterity-based actions. Either on the acrobatic end, on the precise hand-eye coordination end.
I don't want to bog things down too much, so we could say that I just roll for now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Can I spend an effort to get an extra dice? Is
yes,
that how that works?
You can.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do so. So I'm going to roll 3 dice for my sneak rating.
Okay, give me the highest.
Oh, please.
Yep.
Full of grace.
Second. Oh, hang on. I almost forgot to add since I added that from the thing. 1 boon, 1 dice. And...
5. All right. Mixed.
Okay.
So we get a mixed.
Wait, it forgot to put... did it roll 3 dice?
It did.
Because it's just
no,
5
it says
plus
5.
5.
Rolling,
that's
okay,
Andres.
rolling.
That's
yeah.
Andres. You're looking at yours. 5 plus 5,
right.
a 4, and a 3. So you get a 5.
Yep.
So what you get is
okay.
a mixed result. So what I understand is that this is a heavily guarded position to be in. You say you want that you are you establish your early story that you have identification to prove that you are in fact part of this following garrison. You would like to get some armor for you and your friends so that you will fit in on this coming expedition. We will put as a complication, you do manage to get the armor, but as a result, you guys are put in a bad spot. Because the garrison overhears that you guys are that one of you is a trainee, they decide to, as an act of good faith, post extra guards to come in with you guys to make sure that you guys are doing everything right. This increases the risk of your next action.
Uh-oh.
Is this something I could do a contingency for to resist consequences of something that just happened by taking strain?
Strain would be if you is interpreted as like physical damage.
Or lower risk. It also allows me to increase effect or lower risk.
What are you exactly calling upon here?
I think in regards to this, the trainee, I'm going to make a big argument about how the new trainee is actually a crack shot with the funny little gun that he has, and more guards, while a very appreciated gesture, might make friendly fire a bit more doable and might complicate things a bit too much.
So you would be attempting to call upon contingency in order to lower risk for the next action, thereby canceling out the previous mixed result.
Yep. Let's go ahead and
roll
a d6.
D6. And you get it.
5.
All right. Risk returns to a normal level.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go and hype up Andre. Like, I saw this guy shoot a fly's wings off at 500 paces. He's real good, but too many people in too close quarters would complicate things.
Right. Okay. Well, if you got confidence in your boys, I guess I can't really stop you. All right. Enjoy. I'll see you guys around.
Mm-hmm. Glory Empire.
Alright, whatever. And then they move forward and move further forward into line. And just like that, you guys have armor now. You have disguises.
Yay!
Nice.
You guys make your way toward the existing garrison. You are moving toward this sort of plainland trail close by, and you start, and slowly but surely you start coming into a bit of woodlands. It separates you and the site of the excavation, let's call it. You find yourselves with a pretty long line between here and there, and the march is giving you a bit of it is making you guys a little uncomfortable. How do you feel if you feel it's necessary to sort of break away from the garrison? This is the point in time where you can choose to do so by increasing the risk for the next action, but giving yourself an extra boon. This is a choice you guys can make.
An extra boon would be nice.
At the same time, we have a pretty ironclad cover, so jeopardizing it would...
No.
And we do have a steady pool of effort, too.
That we do. You're right.
All right.
I'd say that after some consideration, we don't do so.
You continue your march down this narrow line, and you start seeing Arken tech already. The Empire is notorious for using Arken tech very heavily, especially in projects that would involve gaining more. You start seeing machinery designed for digging holes. So, you guys continue down this line. You start seeing, war machinery. You start seeing more soldiers of the Empire. Further posting themselves
Zaffir
around.
is going to wander off by himself.
All right.
He has no needs for the people.
Zaffir separates himself from the rest of the pack. Most people don't really seem to care too much, considering he's a giant dude, and they're afraid that if they were to say something about it, he would be very prompt to tell them what's on his mind, which would involve violence.
Zaffir is a pacifist.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to pass this.
Weren't you beating up people in a bar fight?
It's at this point that you see the site, the dig site. This giant rock face emerge from under the ground, with its mouth held agape open as machinery and men flow into it, slowly but surely. The smoke billows out throughout the camp. You see what forestation was around this dig site has made way to dirt and mud as more and more, or this place has expanded to accommodate the Empire's operations.
I know what cliff face means, but the idea of like a giant Mount Rushmore style face is the Arken ruin is incredibly funny to me.
Yes. Well, I was actually being literal. It is a giant rock face.
Oh my god,
That's
yeah.
funny.
This collapse setting building rules.
So, one thing that I would like to ask is anyone paying attention? You hear
Andre probably is.
you hear mumbling coming from the people in front of you.
Okay.
Among us, sus, rent.
You know, the soldiers in front of you seem a little bit. The nature of the mumbling seems a bit more. How do I say this in English? Seems disgruntled. Like these guys seem like real 9-to-5 type soldiers. These guys are not very. They're just like, you know, you can tell that they're really doing.
They're here for the money.
Or no, not that they're here for the money.
Oh,
They've been through the ringer a little bit. They're down at the bottom of the.
They've seen some stuff.
No, they're just like.
Don't care anymore.
Imagine Mordecai and Rigby, but if they were Imperial soldiers.
They're on the daily.
That's a really funny image.
They're on the daily grind.
Yes, and they're mumbling to themselves about some kind of thing. It's hard to make out exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make out exactly what it is?
That is a great question.
This is, of course, a fairly controlled. This is a fairly controlled thing, so there's not a lot of risk involved. But depending on how you approach it, you might be able to find out more than you bargained for.
Could I use Traverse to try and get closer to them to better hear what they're talking about?
You sure could.
Okay, I'm gonna try and.
But
do
is that what you want to do?
I mean, I'm trying to think. I think command would be a bit too risky. Excel, I wouldn't be able to do anything with. Endure, I wouldn't be able to do anything with. Trying to think.
True. So yeah, you're trying. So what you're trying to do exactly? Like, tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you like what skill would be relevant here.
So I'm basically just, instead of them just like mumbling, I'm just trying to get more exact information on what they're talking about.
So you're trying to position yourself so that you could hear them better.
Better. Yes.
All right. I guess that counts. That definitely counts as traverse, I feel.
Okay.
So
in that
roll
case,
me a 1d6.
Please.
Pretty risky. Ooh.
Oh no, it's a 2.
So, on a 2, only bad things happen.
Yep.
And
Zaffir gets arrested somehow by just existing.
So you try to position yourself closer to these guys, so you could hear them, talk about whatever it is they're talking about. You start hearing that they're mentioning something about Prince Ariel. And then you bump into someone.
Uh-oh.
There's a big guy right in front of you.
Is it bigger than Zaffir?
About as big.
No one's bigger than Zaffir.
Watch it, shorty.
Trogs are everywhere.
Don't be running in. Don't be minding your space, huh? Watch where you're going.
Andre will just simply, when the world is the term.
Apologize.
No, I'm not going to apologize.
You bumped into him.
He will. I did. Andre will simply do a silent sort of glare at the giant man, and that's it, and walk away, or at least walk slower to get away from the giant guy.
Hold on a bit. So, what this is essentially is you're now way down with this guy. He is an annoying hanger-on that you are incapable of sweating off. This guy This guy is annoyed that you bumped into him and didn't even say anything. And he is now going to be a bit of a hindrance. So, essentially, before and Andre, because you decided to act on your own, can take any action, you have to figure out a way to get this guy off you. To get the, or to like, how do I put this? Lose this guy.
How am I gonna lose this guy?
He's going on these invigorating rants about respecting your superiors and being a decent citizen, and the young uns don't even talk anymore; they just glare.
All right, you know what I'm going to do?
All right,
I will use command, and goodness. Do you know that very, very old copy pasta of "What did you say to me, you little bitch"? I'll have you.
Oh my God.
Have you know.
You're gonna go for you're gonna Navy SEALs copy pasta at this random fucking big guy.
Yes, with my command.
All right, you're gonna use your command stat.
Please.
Are you going to try for any? Are you going to try for any effort on this one?
Okay, so what? Okay, remind me what effort does
you
exactly.
You can push this action. You can either push the action in order to gain a boon on the roll, or you can. I think you can do something else.
You could tempt fate by suggesting a consequence if you fail.
Oh no.
Here's the
and that also
here's the effort section. Push, tick 1 effort to add a boon to any action roll. Aid, which is tick 1 effort to help another character, which they get 1 boon, but you also share in the consequences of the action. Okay. And the character can only benefit from aid once an action roll, and it does not stack with setup. Or, this is the thing I was looking for, team action. You make an action as a group, choose a leader who spends 2 effort. The leader makes an action, and the outcome or consequences are decided as if the whole group took that action, without anyone else rolling, since the leader is directing them. For example, a team sneak can get a whole group of characters through a difficult situation. So yeah,
which I actually kind of like.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can. Cool. You can team sneak in order to use your stats to aid in your party's poor stats.
Ooh. Something else I just noticed. If Zaffir leads a team effort, it only costs him 1 effort because of his bond special ability.
Zaffir the Born Leader. Alright. So, what are you going to do?
I will use command, and I will use an effort to gain a boon.
Excellent. So that's 3d6. Roll. Give me the highest.
Yes.
You should respect... Lightning flashing eyes, you should respect me now.
You should respect my authority.
And then the boon would just be plus 1 dice, yes? Or 1d plus.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. No complications. You get the desired result with no complications at all. So...
Navy SEAL copy pasta, the first time it has ever worked.
So, you start absolutely going off on this guy. Like, if this guy was reading you the encyclopedia, you start reading the Communist Manifesto on him. This is a takedown of royal proportions. You make the mother of call-out posts to this chauvinist asshole who tried to tell you that you should respect him for whatever reason, and absolutely gets him to back off instantly.
He then says, "I'm your superior, though. Like, I'll see you in court. You're court-martialed."
Now he wasn't really his superior. He was just a guy his big. He was just a bully.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find there's plenty of these in the army.
Oh, no kidding.
Regardless, you managed to get rid of the annoying hanger-on.
Let's go.
All right. So, remember when you were saying that, or when I was saying that there was something to do with Prince Ariel?
Mm-hmm.
You
Is he
start
here?
seeing a you start seeing like a row of people forming on the close to the mouth of this giant structure coming out of the ground. Like not a line, but like people on with shoulder to shoulder type thing. When somebody's about to get addressed by a big superior officer.
Yeah, like the crowds we see in Star Wars speeches.
All right. And sure enough, you see a man dressed in royal uniform, white and blue, and white and blue and silver. His most distinctive feature is his brilliant golden hair. He is accompanied, of course, by 3 higher officers, as well as his personal guard, and he stops to address you directly. You see, all the people who are walking in front of you also stop to make the same formation. The prince, the royal blue-crowned prince, will now address the troops directly.
Oh boy.
One of the members of the battalion addresses you.
I do a little funny comedy routine where I go through 15 poses before settling into the right one.
Is Zaffir still wandering the streets?
Well, you are. You don't.
Like, is he?
That ore's around here
You
somewhere.
are, but someone
says the eternal.
You are, and someone pulls you in, like, dude, we gotta go there. It's the prince. We gotta get into position.
Duh. I follow. Just because I don't I'm committed to this bit. This Mythler is going to play the heel.
My fellow Burbidgeons.
Yeah.
We stand here.
Duh.
We stand here at the apex of history. Just beyond this ruin lies power, unearthed from centuries past, mistakes of generations to be handed to us. I'm sure there is much tension in the air as these discoveries are unearthed. Such power, one would argue, is meant to be buried for a reason, after all. But I would like to reassure you, everything you've done so far is in service of the prosperity of the Reynard Kingdom, and in service of the great King Neptune. We shall emerge victorious from this search. The fruits of our labor shall be recognized. We shall endure. Remain strong. We march today into the mouth of this structure, and we shall return with the prize at hand. The royal compass of the great pirate, Pablo Gregor.
I'd like to make a history check to know who Pablo Gregor is.
His Royal Highness will now open the floor for questions from his troops.
Oh no.
Please form an orderly queue.
And he says, any of you who feel uneasy about this search, I would not blame you for leaving. But if you have any other concerns, you may direct them to me.
I would like to make a study check to see if I know who Pablo Gregor is.
2d6, give me the lowest, son.
6.
No, that's a
wait,
1.
no. 1.
Oh.
That's a 6 into 1. Dang it.
You do not know
Oh,
who
well.
Pablo Grieger is.
Could I make a study check, given the artifact that claims it is Pablo?
Go ahead. What is your study? All right.
One.
I'll give you a boon since you managed to since you're hanging on to the eye.
I mean, there could be more than one person named Pablo in this setting. Who knows? Oh, wait, do I? Let me double check, actually. Oh, yeah, I just forgot to add it to my Roll20 sheet. I do have a rank in study. Let me go ahead and roll that with a boon.
Do it, I believe. 2!
Mm.
Oh!
No, sorry, it doesn't ring a bell.
The mysterious Pablo.
I'm Pablo. Want to find the rest of me?
I'm just imagining all the finest Imperial scholars staring at the other eye, trying to find out the exact same shit I did to no dice.
Yes. One thing you do notice, actually, since you're looking around, you notice wanted posters. And on the wanted posters, it's that same cat person.
Oh. Does it say any other details as to what she's wanted for?
Well, her name is given as Fairy, the Red Rider, and she is wanted for grand larceny. You get the sense that Fairy stole something important from the government, from the Empire, and she is now wanted as a international criminal.
Nice. Game recognizes game.
And now the thing, you don't know exactly what she stole, but you get a sense that it's closer than you might think.
The trunk screaming internally sound effect happens.
You look at the eye, you look at the wanted poster, you look back at the eye, back at the wanted poster.
The Kill Bill sirens play.
Yeah.
I am not going to ask any
Would
questions.
be a very big problem if someone found out you have that.
Yes.
So,
Zaffir, wait, does Zaffir know that he has Pablo?
yeah, he showed it to you.
Horak.
I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
you guys have this
It's-
information that is shared among you.
Okay.
I think I share a knowing. I think I just glance at the other two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to yell out, "Who's Pop?" I'm gonna just not. That's stupid. That's out.
Well, you can.
Okay.
Well, you can do that, but that would require a check.
Save it for the 4 coma at the end of each volume.
And that would be a charm check, which you have very little of.
I'm a charming old man.
And also risky, since you are addressing Prince Ariel directly
No,
and
no.
out of turn.
Okay, good. So that's just Korak doing a bit again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chills, this is the hard part of having this person at your table. It's hard to tell when he's just
I know.
fucking with you.
I know. I am an expert at calling out bluffs. Don't worry.
Good. Better than I am at it, which is a low bar.
Regardless,
I almost got away with the disguise self thing.
after he's finished addressing you, the prince begins
Oh, he's dressing me?
addressing you. The prince
Dang.
begins directing groups of troops to enter the mouth of this structure. You are all placed in a group together, and you start entering this Arken ruin. From this point,
Through the mouth
yes,
of
from
the
this
mouth.
point on, strain is a factor. You will you will be hurt trying to bypass this thing. So,
Okay.
the first thing you notice about this structure is that it looks very natural at first glance. You see, you see moss growing on the side of the walls, accompanied by strange pieces of unnatural structure like staircases, just sort of sprouting from nowhere to places that no longer exist. You get the sense that some of the structure of the sound structure from below rose up without the rest of the context that it was originally placed in. So you get this strange, surreal sight of like this very natural these very natural rocky formations with these strangely urban-looking pieces, like lampposts suddenly sprouting out from this cavern.
Hmm.
Your party officially separates itself from the rest of the garrison, and you are free to explore with the inside of this. You're mostly free to explore, but it's important that you find a way to lose the rest of your garrison before you continue forward. As you know, any action you take would probably be a dead ringer for the group of military men, traveling beside you.
Yeah.
Duh.
As we're walking, do I notice any particularly noteworthy doors or obvious traps that I'm sure this is like Indiana Jones rules of the place is lousy with them?
Well, the one thing you notice is that there's a floor. Actually, I'm not saying shit. Give me a, looking around, you can just sort of tell this place is pretty old. Like old school stuff. Certain pieces of floor are disconnected. Sort of like they grow out of the cavernous, mossy ground into what seem like roads.
Procedurally generated.
Into what seem like roads, sort of entering within. You can give me a sense roll if you really want to figure out what you're working with.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
4.
you get the desired result, but with some form of complication. So, you see, as soon as you enter this hallway, this hallway that your garrison is with, you manage to see you see the trap coming before it hits you, but you choose to not alert your garrison. Some of them run into this trap, and they are lost to the infinite space beneath this. They are eaten by the ground.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Well.
The ground opens up. They go in. They get sucked through a trap door, but not all of them.
I think audibly, holy shit!
Oh my god! It ate Kenny!
It's Jason Bourne!
This place is insane. No wonder nobody's been in.
We were only in here for 2 minutes.
I guess that's what makes them fuck. I guess that's why they sent so many people in here. Jeez Louise. This puts the rest of the garrison in high alert mode. Which means they're more likely to act up in case you guys try to do anything that doesn't involve taking them out.
Act up?
That doesn't involve
Nope, that's bad.
We're gonna act up.
No.
So, here's a hard choice.
My answer is no.
You take them out, take these guys out, or let them stay in your take the rest of these guys, which is like amounts to like 2 guys, out. Let's say it's Mordecai and Rigby again. Take out Mordecai and Rigby, or let them stay with you, and then trust their good and then just sort of trust that they won't rat you out in case you try to do something.
It's Mordecai and Rigby. They need to die.
Well,
come
no,
on.
I have, in my sheety kit, I have an item labeled convenient bribe. So I feel like we might be able to, convince them to not be snitches.
So.
Also, am I in the garrison too, or
You are. You made your way.
is this a separate
No, you
garrison
guys,
unit?
you made your way to where you have friends.
We're all in this together.
I'm definitely considering it briefly, but I'd say that, if it's just 2 guys, I have, several more things in this shady kit that I feel like might be
That
able
counts as
to...
taking them out. Like, if you take them out of the equation by bribing them, that's still taking them out.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
But that will involve a roll, though. This would be a charm roll. So what exactly do you... do you tell them?
I'm not sure if I tell them immediately. This is probably as we're going deeper in. I probably lean back, whisper something with Andre, maybe go to Zaffir for approval, just so that we're all on the same page as for what we're gonna do.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna go, hey, guys, most of our squad just fucking died.
So it would appear.
Well, I get it, dude, but, you know, we kind of gotta get through this. We're not gonna earn our paycheck if we don't. And Benson's gonna fire us.
Well, here's my thinking on that. There's a lot of tiny shit, and these Arken ruins are loaded with all sorts of shit. The boss is looking for the big thing, he can have that. But there's a lot of knickknacks that make going through this hellhole worth it. We're gonna take our bits, you take your bits, no one talks. Sound good?
Alright, what are you rolling?
Charm, and I'm gonna spend an effort for
Alright,
this.
how much effort?
And does the convenient bribe help? As I am giving them a comically large sack to stuff things in.
Convenient bribe. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and say that you get an extra boon from that as well.
Kind and full of grace.
Okay. 2 boons? Alright then.
Alright.
I don't know why Roll20 closes it every time I close the goddamn tab. 2 boons, 2 dice.
Kind and full of grace. 4.
4. So.
Okay. 4, that is a success.
But with downside.
Asterisk. Yeah.
So. The complication, so. You look at these guys, and you can tell by the way they talk and the way they act, these guys are kind of just trying to get their paycheck. They're not really super invested in, you know, imperial loyalty or some kind of, you know, higher ideal. These guys are working 9 to 5. They just need their paycheck.
I just want my money. More money, more problem, more cash in my pocket.
Just because they do, that doesn't make them stupid. These guys...
Who said they were stupid?
So, these guys will take your bribe and get out, saying that they encountered that they were the last of their garrison to make it out, and knowing that the prince would probably understand that kind of situation. But they'll remember you.
I think that sounds like a fair compromise.
They will
to me.
remember you, and they might call, and if they recognize you, they will call upon it. Like that may bring some complications to you in the future.
Well, it's a good thing we put on all sorts of makeup as part of these disguises. And that we could just wipe it off.
This, of course, counts as a annoying hanger-on for later. But only for later.
That sounds fine to me.
Duh.
I tear out some bits of I tear the copper wiring out of the ancient Arken ruin vor trap and give it to them.
All right. Oh man, we can finally buy that thing we wanted. Shit, man. I guess if you want to
We could buy some blips and ships.
Well, shit, man. I don't know what's motivating you to go through this, but I hope you find out what you want, I guess. Come on, Rig. Let's get out of here.
Are they also like a blue jay and a raccoon?
You do see a blue tail coming out of one of them.
Hey.
Nice.
Whoa! Like you hear them on the way out. Not setting up the chairs next time.
Benson.
Oh,
I am imagining Benson as a military commander, and that's delightful.
Mordecai,
what's it called?
Mordecai and Rigmond.
Holy shit! I can't believe that worked.
And you hear you also hear from the back, Mordecai and Rigmond. From
Best we don't stay here too long.
yes, and now you are free of hanger-ons. For now, of course.
Thank you, Vortrap.
Oh goodness.
So, you guys see you guys continue down this sort of cavern. The deeper you go, the more the natural scenery you guys were looking at is replaced by something that resembles an ancient structure. Something that was deliberately built by someone, rather than something formed out of natural processes. Throughout this endeavor, you guys reach this, let's call it a large open space.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side is, and this is sort of like this room filled with, this sort of room to where three doors sort of spread out from outside your view, beyond this thing, and between you and the door to the next spot, there is this large area covered in moss, or it looks like moss. Like this, it's like a green sort of. It's like this green, not really grassy-like substance. It's very shimmery and colorful, and it colors the entirety of the ground close to where you are. You have to cross it in order to get to where you need to go.
We all have to cross it.
You all have to cross it.
Hey, big guy, you seem to know your way around. You've been around a while. How's the best way to get over this?
Correct, that's you.
Zaffir.
Correct, that's me suggesting you... Zaffir. That's me suggesting Zaffir lead a team action because he has to spend less effort for it.
So what is the traverse
you have
through this?
Yeah, you have what you're seeing is, as far as you can tell, this seems like a pretty inconspicuous, sort of grassy-looking measure between this and that, but the fact that this whole place started looking more, deliberate, and then there's a bunch of grass here, strikes you as a bit inconspicuous. Or conspicuous, rather. You exercise a bit of caution before moving forward.
I've been around many times. The world over, even. Well, let me see. Question, could I use traverse to see if I can...
You can. You can lead a team traverse.
Sure.
And that just costs you one effort rather than everyone else's too.
Yep. Do I get any
boons from it, or?
No. No one else rolls on this, as far as I can tell.
Ha ha ha! Wow.
Does
Failed.
anyone have... I think actually someone else can aid you. If so does.
I have one traverse.
By spending an effort, rather, not rolling.
I'd be willing to spend an effort if it helps.
It might.
Yes. This would give Zaffir a boon.
All right. Yeah, I'll spend an extra effort to give Zaffir a boon.
All right.
So I just roll an extra d6.
So you roll an extra d6.
Kind and full of grace.
Hey!
5.
5! Yes!
Hey, it worked.
All right. So, Zaffir, you're a traveler. You've been around for a little longer than most. And you can tell for sure whenever unsteady ground presents itself. What looks like an inconspicuous sort of brush type thing is actually the type of thing that you is actually some type of longer grass. You can identify it by the leaves. They sort of resemble little cattails. And sure enough, you throw a rock, it sinks into and instead of sort of landing on top and just staying there, immediately sinks down. And that's when you see a skull. Or something similar, or something like, or something white, very pale, on the corner of your eye. Round 2.
The antagonists of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
They're just sort of slightly poking out of the of this grass. It's bones. People fell for this a little while ago. But being the well-known traveler you are, you can tell where the grass sort of pools up. And such, after only taking a 2 strain, you take 2 strain from sort of stepping on these sharp spines. But outside of that, you managed to get both your friends over this treacherous pit without any harm done to them.
As we're crossing the pit, Mantrax wonders
Actually-
aloud, wait, if this place just showed up, how are there that many
Actually, hold
corpses
on.
here?
Since you guys you all gain 1 strain because that's a team action, so you all share the consequence.
Okay.
Okay.
But go ahead. Sorry for interrupting you.
Why there's so many skulls? Did you think this is the first time that a snooty little prince would do something like this for treasure?
Yeah, but I thought this place, just popped out of the ground. Did he really send that many people in this quickly?
You do not know how many people would risk their lives to even come find a treasure before a prince would show up.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. My question is, this all seems like a lot of bodies for this place that only popped up last week.
Oh, my young feeble friend. This has existed for millennia. You can tell.
Yeah, but it's only popped out of the ground, so did people just dig too deep?
The world's alive. We all know this. It sometimes likes playing tricks on us.
And that's that dialogue chatter ended.
All right. So yeah, you all take 2. So you all take 2 strain.
A strain.
Yeah, 1 strain.
Okay, 1 strain
Okay,
each.
there
Okay.
we go.
Where do I mark that down?
So where
I
it says
was at
strain.
3 strain to begin with, so...
No, you healed this. You healed that.
You healed
okay.
thanks to the interval.
I went ahead and ticked that for you.
Thank you.
But yes. So, moving on to the into the continue underside of this place. You manage to find, as this place continues to become more and more deliberate in its design, you reach this chamber. You encounter what seems like a dead end at first glance. It ends at this very unceremonious pedestal. Nothing else seems to be really going on. There's no real switches here or there. You're not really seeing where you can, where you can really move on from here. Feels strange and anticlimactic.
Question: do I see any walls that might be a little rubbled?
The only wall you can see, the only thing that really looks like a wall, is almost looks like a picture frame, but big, huge, on the right in front of you.
I'm going to use Smash.
And there's a giant, and it's basically just like a concrete wall. It's basically entirely flat.
I'm going to body check the wall with Smash.
Vibe check.
All right, give me an attempt.
Kind and full of grace.
You gotta be kidding me. Out of 3 dice.
All right, so...
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, you body check this wall and you get promptly knocked on your ass. You take 2 strain.
That seems a little unfair.
But you felt something. When you body checked the wall, you felt it. You felt different.
No, I just mean my dice rolls, because that statistically was an 80% chance to work.
You gotta...
Like I said, Korek, you've been possessed by a demon.
This is true.
We need to cleanse you.
This is true. Korek will be freed from his bad luck once he slays the demon god.
I have a bunch of dice. Can I just turn on my camera and roll physical dice?
If you prefer. But regardless, one thing you do notice outside, instead of, despite your difficulty, when you hit a solid surface, there's a great sense of mass that is felt. The resistance is much greater. You feel, there's a certain level of, recoil that is gained, because it is dispersed at a much higher plane. It is much more absorbed. But when you hit this wall,
That's a fake wall.
You felt, how do I say this? You felt it swing slightly. You felt it slightly, the impact slightly echo from behind.
Oh my god, it's a Scooby-Doo trap.
Like it's, there's something, you definitely feel like there's something behind it.
That's a fake wall over there.
Yeah, so we gotta find a switch or whatever.
The one thing you notice, you have the ability to look around the room. And I will go ahead and put up a clock, just to make sure. Because, as you know, you are not the first people to get here, and you won't be the last. So this is the clock for how long do you still have until more people come in here to check you guys out. How far are you to? How far are you from the rest of the army?
Treasure.
From the rest of the army, just to represent how comfortable you are in continued exploring. Go ahead and tick one.
Okay, I think
and your actions may increase the distance or decrease it.
Yeah. Some of the other stuff I have listed inside my great wonderful kit is lockpicks and an Architect's skeleton key.
All right. Well, you don't seem to you don't really seem to notice any particular place where you can slot a key. This is a pretty this is a tall room, not so much a open room.
You know what? I've got it. I'll use my other use of contingency for this to set myself up for what I think I'm going to try and do. Back in town, I actually did manage to visit my contact.
Okay,
the inventor, Cho.
Cho. The butterfly.
Cho Augment.
Alright. So you visited them. You contacted them in some way.
Yes.
Not visit.
Yes, I contacted them. I had a very tiny ether pearl that I managed to proc and have a brief conversation with, and he directed me to a cache with some very useful gear that could be useful in some kind of infrared or X-ray vision or detecting false doors.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and make that roll then for the contingency use.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
A 1 to 3, you had to abandon the plan, unfortunately.
You gained a use back.
Has no effect this scene and regains 1 use.
Alright. You can continue to look. You can continue to. This doesn't consume any time, so at least you can continue to look around the room.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and do a sense check, I guess, to see if I can. Even though I wasn't able, even though the connection was fuzzy at the time, I'm gonna see if I can recall literally anything we mentioned in our brief conversation together to see if we could find a way through.
Alright, roll me.
Okay.
Come on.
I am pulling up my thing. I only have 1 effort left, so I'm not spending it here.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
3.
Swing and a miss. Seems you can't really get a good feel for this place. The structure is just way too unfamiliar. All these shapes are getting you confused. It's wasting a lot of time. What you feel is that you're wasting a lot of time.
Shit.
And details that don't
Maybe
matter.
we should just leave. I mean, what is in here that we actually came for? There's nothing.
The ore you wanted?
I doubt the ore's in here.
Well, not in here. It's deeper in.
I understand that, but I doubt that my journey would end this quickly. 100 years is too quick for a journey to end.
So, one thing I will say is, one thing you notice is there's a certain the pedestal I mentioned at the center of the room. It looks like a bit of an apparatus. It has space to slot in something.
I'm gonna go try the Architect skeleton key.
Nope, that doesn't fit.
It usually fits most things. This must be a specific device.
Maybe we check behind that pane. Why else would that be here?
Painting.
You will notice one thing is that this thing has some sort of the lock doesn't fit because this thing is circular. The space for it is doesn't fit necessarily to the shape of a key. It fits like it needs you to place something on it.
I'm putting a dust in there.
Nope.
I put my egg in there.
Nuh-uh.
I put Pablo in there.
So,
Honestly, that was actually good. An eye is circular, so...
Yeah, it took me a bit to figure that out.
You assume at the start that nothing really happened as soon as you insert him, as most of the ideas were. It sort of came at a whim. And as soon as you go to remove it, it clicks into place. Hi, I'm Pablo. Can you find the rest of me? And then
no.
It sort of starts glowing. A sort of beam of light.
Hi, I'm Pablo. Can you find the rest of me?
A beam of light emerges from Pablo's eye, and it flies through a lens at this at the center of this apparatus, this pedestal. The light shimmers. The light sort of gently glides over this picture frame. This sort of picture frame of a gate that you guys are looking at, which you assumed was a wall, sort of opens in a strange circular fashion where the wall starts segmenting itself and sort of unfolds into a gate. And as soon as you realize, the wall is now a door. And you can move on through.
Can you take Pablo out?
Yes.
I try and take Pablo back. Okay.
Pablo comes back
Does the
out.
door disappear?
No. You get the sense that
That's a very convenient secret door.
you get the sense that the reason they haven't been making much progress might mean that they needed Pablo to get through.
Wonder if she found this thing here then.
And so, as soon as you make your way past this door, the room starts becoming darker and darker. As you hear the weight of the distant weight of something shutting behind you, you become close. You get closer and closer to the bottom of this strange stairwell you found yourselves into. When you finally reach the promised room, you find yourselves at a workshop. This place looks absolutely ancient. There's drawings and unkept structures just sort of hanging out and around this place. Structures like little boxes, little and large boxes scattered about, as well as a large central circular. Let me actually just move you there so you know what it looks like. It's sort of like a mix between a workshop and a catacomb.
I think the second we go in there, Mantrax makes this noise. Oh!
Come a little bit.
Is there a forge in there?
This seems like a pretty varied place. Yeah, you see you see tools of all kinds here. Tools for crafting, for working with raw material, making up your own materials.
Does Zaffir also moan?
No. Zaffir looks at Mantrax and says, "This place might be cursed. See if there's any bodies next to anything you might want to pick up first. That might mean we're in a dungeon after all. It might be cursed if we ever work here if you even attempt to do anything. Trust me, I'm salivating at that forge right there."
At the center of this space, you notice the eye starts glowing more fervently as you arrive closer to this pedestal region, or not really a pedestal.
Hey, I'm Pablo. You want to find the rest of me?
Yeah, Pablo starts speaking. Hi, I'm Pablo. Want to find the rest of me? And continues glowing. As it comes close to this, let's call it a large box in the middle of the room. The box is pointed directly toward. This box is lined up very suspiciously around this center platform.
Okay, so I do wipe the drool off my face and... Shit, yeah, you're right.
It's okay, youngin'. Old Papa's here for you.
Don't friggin' call me a youngin'. I'm middle-aged for a she-show.
Have you lived for almost 1,000 years?
No, I've lived for 19, but...
You're a youngin'.
Benefit for us is that we have perfect recall, so I remember every bit of those 19 years.
That sounds like hell.
That sounds boring to live for 1,000 years but barely remember any of it. But let's save that for after we're out of the death trap.
I remember it. I remember most of it, though. I remember 90% of it.
That's an important 10%. But anyway, do I notice any other things that looked like the Vor trap?
Not really. You just see a lot of, like, boxes lining the room, similar to this one.
I'm gonna go approach one of those boxes and check it out then. Just wave the Architect master key over it and see if it responds to anything.
So you wave the master key over these boxes. They seem locked up tight. They don't really react at all when you poke them. Not at least not the ones on the sides. When you go and wave it over to the one on the center, suddenly you hear loud clicking sounds, whirring, whizzing, sort of as if something is opening.
And I conjure the sword made of light in my other hand, and sounds like we might have company.
Oh, only the center one opens, and inside,
and what do we see?
You see a gold and green skull. The eye flings itself toward it, slots itself back, just sort of escapes from your hand.
What?
Oh my god! What year is this?
Oh, so you're not just doing the one-liner bit. I actually don't know what year it is.
It doesn't matter. It's up to debate. What's going on out here?
We need to get you out of here real quick because an evil empire is
What?
coming for you.
What's your name?
Yeah, I know. Okay, how do we eject you from here?
What happened to my body?
That's a good question. I wish I had an
Oh
answer.
my God! Oh, I don't even know I don't even know what's going on. I remember I set this up for when I wanted to get that contingency plan going. I didn't need it. I remember I told my intern to place my skeleton perfectly within the chamber so that no one would be able to get here. In fact, how are you here? What even happened? Why did you have my eye?
Some lady gave it to me.
Oh my good God! What the hell have we been doing out here? All
I
right.
think she stole it from said evil
Hold on.
empire, so we need to get you out of here before
All
they
right,
dig you up.
hold on. I'm going to hold on. Before you do, let me get can you move me? I don't have any arms or legs.
Oh, yeah, sure. I grabbed the skull.
Thank you. You might know this. My name's Pablo.
Yeah, I've heard you were some kind of famous pirate going by the speech from the big fancy man outside.
Something like that. No, legends are never really, you know what they say, legends are never really, they do a lot of over-embellishing in these days. But, you know what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and, could you take me to this switch at the center of the room real quick?
Oh, yeah, I'm Mantrax, by the way. These are my companions, Zaffir and Andre.
Mantrax, hold.
Huh?
Who's to say that switch isn't gonna kill us?
Look.
Why would you kill the people who are hauling your reanimated body out of your hideout?
Yes,
tomb?
exactly.
Who says you can't take over our bodies after killing us?
What? How much do you know about skeleton people?
I don't.
Well, sounds like you shouldn't judge then, big guy. I'm just trying to get.
This is somewhere between Dr. Doofenshmirtz and
I'm just trying to get out of here the same as you. Okay? I just need. We just gotta get. I just need to activate the elevator. We gotta, move from this spot to this spot.
Oh, it's an elevator.
Back to my.
I'm sorry.
I need to get to my basement so we can plan out getting out of here and finding my treasure.
Hey, there wouldn't happen to be any fancy ore here, would there? Asking for a friend.
Fun? What do you mean? Well, there's a lot of fancy ore various places.
I think it's like
I'm looking
solar
for a
tier orb.
No, I'm looking for a lunar tier crystal.
Oh, right. Those are formed typically by, if I recall correctly, the most pristine rains touching the reaching lower ground around time of this lunar eclipse. Very rare, very difficult to come across. I think I might have some.
Lathander sneezes several settings
I
away.
think I have.
Zaffir picks up Pablo and brings him over.
I think I have some in my treasure stash, but we need to find it first. I remember collecting a lot of things back in my day as a pirate. I don't, but your memory gets
Zaffir picks.
Your memory gets a little fuzzy when
picks him up.
you're a skeleton. When you were a skeleton and now you're a head.
Zaffir picks him up.
All right, let me try to operate these real quick. And he sort of face rolls around this little space there. He tries to sort of jump around, figuring out like how he can activate these little switches.
I'm gonna add a new ambition to my sheet. Make a body for this guy.
And you start hearing this heavy whirring coming from below you. Oh, it needs to heat up. It's probably going to take a while. And then, like clockwork, you hear more whirring and coming from the boxes you tried checking before. Oh, there's that goddamn the worst possible time. That's my freaking security system. In the worst possible time, it decides to activate. Could you believe that?
How do we turn it off?
You beat it up.
That's it.
That's it.
That was just Gaze.
Gotta be careful. These guys are not friendly. I don't think we were friends in life, in fact. They just decide.
I'm assuming we all start at the player spawn point?
You start at the player spawn point, and these are enemy reinforcement spawn points. The enemies start wherever the hell they decide.
How does initiative work?
So, players always go first, and then after each player turn, or after one player takes their turn, an enemy takes their turn, and so on.
Yep.
And then at the start of the new round, we go back on the order. So if an enemy finished the round, a player starts it, and vice versa.
Okay.
So let's begin tactical combat.
Yeah.
All right.
This reminds me. All right, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and start. So essentially, you guys are dealing with the main force of the main antagonistic force of the setting that you would probably find in the Arken ruins. These are the Relict.
The Arken.
These are Arken. These are Arken forces. These are old lightning skeletons that live underground.
They
are pretty rad. And yes, they hang out here. They inflict they inflict electricity damage, and they also have the ability to. They also sometimes have the ability to rise. They also have a special mechanic known as Legion of the Dead. The Relict are a legion of mindless husks cursed with an undying existence. This gives all Relict, except legends, the following trait. This character has a chance to rise again when defeated. Roll a 1d6 at the start of each round that the character is defeated. On a 5+, this character gets back up at 25% HP, returning it from defeated, and can take a turn normally this round. If defeated again, this character disintegrates and is removed from the battlefield. If all characters with this trait are defeated, it deactivates. So, who wants to start? Oh yeah, let me tell you what these guys are. these guys are so up top here we have a white tomb guard. White tomb guards are like are the tanks. They have overpower, which makes them. Which I'll tell you exactly what it does whenever I decide to do it. They have a bunch of actions. They're typically pretty tanky, and they have good stats for staying in the front lines. Have a white tomb guard. We have a necrosavant grafter. Those are the healers. Or the leaders, I guess. They don't really have healers. Have a ghoul twin soul at the back here. These are vagabond equivalents. And down here we have a wraith, chain wraith. Which are your mages.
Okay. If everyone wants, I could try going first to demonstrate some action and set up some strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go start by spending one action to trigger Odin Force.
Odin Force time. Go ahead, tell me what that does.
Stance. Shoot a flurry of lightning bolts into the air and gain a d6 power die starting at 3. When you enter the stance or anytime you teleport, you may call down a bolt, dealing 1 piercing damage to a foe in range 3 as an area effect, then ticking the die down by 1. Any number of times per turn, if it ticks down to 0, the stance ends. When the stance refreshes at the end of your turn, tick up the die by 2. And when you trigger a slay effect, tick up the die by 2.
Alright, so you enter the stance, meaning you can call down a bolt at this twin soul here.
I enter Riku's Keyblade stance. That's how this looks
so
like for me.
1 piercing damage to this twin soul.
Yeah, I guess so. And for my move action, I have a
move
of
you can
4,
if
I
you
believe.
will, if you want to, yes.
Yeah, I have a speed of 4, so I am moving 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for my other action, I am triggering Blitz.
Alright.
Effect. Teleport 1, then deal 1 piercing damage to a foe in range, which is 3. Then teleport 1, then deal another 1 piercing damage.
This is an attack. This is a attack first, so you have to roll an attack first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do? Okay. Okay, let me open my sheet and roll the first attack of this game.
Alright, roll it out.
I believe.
Belieba.
This is a melee, I believe, so... I think, let's just do melee light, I guess?
No, this is a Blitz is a ranged attack. You can do it at melee range too, but it just works. It also pierce. So
right.
It goes through the guy's armor.
No bonus damage.
Alright, nice.
That's a low attack roll, but even on if it does miss, then I still deals 1 damage. And
that's gonna be a miss, unfortunately.
Aww.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm dealing 1 damage to the non-tank here. Then
you're dealing 1 damage. You're doing you're dealing a Freya, right? No, you have 1 damage. It is 1 damage. 1 piercing damage.
And my ether is set to 1 at the start of this turn.
Additionally, the effect still goes off even if the attack does not connect.
Oh, that's good. So I teleport 1, deal 1 piercing, teleport 1, deal 1 piercing, and one of the targets becomes vulnerable.
Yes.
Right, so I teleport to here, I deal 1 damage to the leader, and then I proc an Odin Force and deal an additional 1 damage to him. My Odin Force is down to 2.
Okay.
Then I teleport again. I deal 1 damage to the tank.
So you've been dealing. So how much damage did you deal so far? You've dealt 2 to this grafter and 1 to the tank.
Yep, and I am consuming another Odin Force use to deal another damage to the leader.
All right, so 3 to the grafter and 1 to the guard. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And one of them becomes vulnerable. I am making the leader vulnerable.
All right. So, vulnerable. which means that you are you take 1 more damage from all sources.
Mm-hmm.
Or they take 1 more damage from all sources.
Let me double check if this if my ether gains up from if a right damages 2 or more foes with an ability. Okay, so I gain an ether.
You're at 2
I'm at 2.
ether. Nice.
Nice. And that's the end of my turn. My stance refreshes. I'm from 1 to 3. And that's my turn. I teleport around everywhere and do a bunch of slashes and knock one of these skeleton lads off balance.
Nice. Great. Cool stuff.
I yell to Pop to our new skeleton friend.
Hello.
Do you know? Do these guys have any special weaknesses? Anything we could do to turn the tables on them, or do we just fight?
Well, as far as I can tell, they're pretty closely knit. So I guess the best. I guess if you have some area of effect stuff, you can damage a lot of them whenever they get close.
I just did.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Well, they're coming, so it's their turn now, unfortunately.
All right, so I guess the Chain Wraith will go next. You have a movement of 4, so does it. All of its movement is flying, so it can do so without too much problems. Let's check its range on both its boys. It's going to activate. We're going to use Bind. First, we're going to use Bind for 1 action. Bind makes it that the Wraith chooses 2 targets anywhere in range 3 of each other, then teleports one of them adjacent to the other. Foes must save or be shattered. It will choose Zaffir and Mantrax.
All right, so I just roll a save now then?
Yeah, you get teleported adjacent to each other, and you both roll a save. So, which is which is just a regular D20. If you get a yeah, it's literally if you get a 10, you pass. If you don't, you fail.
It's okay. I'm getting all the bad rolls out of the way, so Korak doesn't get angry.
So Mantrax is shattered. Zaffir, would you roll a D20?
The shattered mean?
I roll a D20.
You do.
9.
Ooh, you're also you're
close.
also shattered.
What does that mean?
So shattered means character cannot gain or benefit from vigor.
Ooh.
Okay.
No temp HP for us.
Additionally, it gets another turn. It gets another action, rather. So it will utilize unstable charge on... it'll activate unstable charge on Mantrax. And this will mark you. At the end of that foe's turn, they take 1 piercing damage. Once for every other character in range 2, then become vulnerable, then this mark ends.
And that happens now?
No, at the end of your turn. Of your turn.
At the end of your next turn,
yes. And that concludes the turn of the Chain Wraith. I'm going to go ahead and mark it as having gone now.
Okay, a ticking time bomb shows up on me. Oh no, if I go beyond 50 miles an hour, I'll die!
We'll also go ahead and mark you as shattered. I'll mark you both as shattered, represented by this broken heart.
So what does shatter do again?
You can't gain or benefit from vigor.
So we can't gain temp HP until we get rid of this.
Alright. Players go. Who wants to go next?
I guess I can go next. Let's see. Do I want to use that trait now? I mean, I think I can't at this point. So we have to attack before we move? Is that correct?
No, you can move
You
can
any
take
order.
any order.
So in that case, I'm gonna. So let's see. So I have speed of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's.
Keep in mind, you can move diagonally.
Indeed, because I'm a freelancer. Aha.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use. What am I going to use exactly? I will use strafe shot on this enemy in front of me.
All right, go ahead and roll me, babe.
All right. Let's see.
This thing's defense. Oh yeah, this thing's defense is 10. So if you roll higher than a 10, if you roll higher than a 10, you hit.
All right.
You get it? I can't tell.
Oh wait, no, that's just the ability.
That's the description.
That is the
let's see,
description.
1d.
Yes.
Okay, 1d20.
Damn it!
Do you have fray on it at least?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so min damage.
Minimum
so.
damage. They take 2 damage.
Actually, since I believe this thing is a skirmisher, they gain dodge, which means they're immune to damage from missed attacks, area effects, and successful saves.
Shit, does that mean I wasn't able to deal damage to them from the effects
No,
earlier then?
you deal. It's only these rogues that have this.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did that take both your action? That you still have another action.
He does have another action, yes.
Do I want to go? I fired, then I missed again.
And I fired,
let's
and then I missed.
You know what? Sure, I'm gonna fire another strafe shot at this guy.
You can't.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it can't be the same.
Yeah, you
action,
can't. You can't
now.
take
Okay.
2 attacks in one action.
Yep, or at least the same
Yeah,
attack.
you can't take the same attack.
In that case, we will do trick shot.
Trick shot is invoked. All right.
All right. So 1d20.
But you can still dash 1 if even as an effect.
Do I want to? I don't really. I'm trying to think. Nah, I think I'm good for now. Let's see. So 1d20. 15.
Ooh.
Finally, someone hits something.
So that's trick shot. Your next ability with a listed range gains unerring +1 boon +1 boon on attacks and rebound. So this is not a. So
it's not an attack; it's a buff.
So why did you roll?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Hit the button.
You hit the button.
I hit the trigger.
That's fine. So yeah, you get unerring and a boon on attacks and rebound. Oh fuck! I forgot. You strafe shot has an additional boon. Did you roll +1d6?
No, I sure didn't.
Go ahead and roll me that, man.
1d6.
Hey!
5.
You actually made it. Nice.
Oh,
okay.
You curved the bullet.
So, all right.
It's just like that scene in Wanted.
D plus fray. 1d6 plus fray. Additionally,
is it 1d6 or is it 1d10?
Oh yeah, it's your D.
Vagabond.
Yeah, it's your D value. So D10 plus fray. Additionally,
so
is that the highest base damage value?
Yeah, the vagabonds have the highest base damage value. Additionally,
Wait,
the target is.
I feel dumb.
Additionally, the target is blinded.
Yes. All right.
Where would it be listed? It would be listed on your character sheet.
It's listed
right below Frey,
yeah.
which is right below your class.
Yeah, class Vagabond Frey 2D D10.
Yep.
For Zaffir, the Frey for Zaffir, the Frey is 4, the D is 6, and
Okay.
for Mantrax, the Frey is 3, and the D is 8.
Let's roll this.
So for example, Korak has the lowest damage dice, but the highest consistent damage
Yes.
with Frey.
8 damage.
Okay, not bad. Especially considering these guys don't have any armor. All right, you managed to tick away one of these things. You managed to significantly hurt this thing. You can see it physically recoil as you blasted in the face with a large bolt.
Let's go. And then I will activate Trick Shot.
Awesome. Next thing you do, you're guaranteed to get some good shots in.
Yep, and that will be my turn.
All right. So for blinded, I actually have to remember what blinded does. Because you blinded it. Max range of all abilities is 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing cannot... this thing's not really going to have a good time, as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
What does exceed or heroic mean?
Excuse me? Exceed means you're proccing the extra effect of your or heroic means you're proccing the additional effects of your abilities as they are listed on your on there. So, like for example, you can invoke it, and you have an additional mechanic for your own heroic stuff. Like for example,
Yeah, for example, your massive overhead would get a blast
Wolfheart
area.
lets you sacrifice 25% of your max HP to make an ability heroic, and increase the distance of any flight, rush, or dash as part of it by +1. But you also gain a free heroic at the start of each combat.
So you get one free thing without losing any HP, and then after that you have to start to dip.
I have
So
regeneration.
you can just invoke it.
Once per round.
Ooh.
Never mind, not once per combat.
Ah,
That's much more useful.
yes. Indeed.
So I start the combat with Defiance. You have regeneration or gain regeneration if defeated and rescued. While I'm bloodied, you are sturdy and gain +1 vigilance at the end of the turn. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I guess let's move in with this Twin Soul. I guess since you decided to attack it, it will probably decide to attack you as well. It'll move in close to you, and then it'll take 2 actions to...
Ooh.
And then it will take 2 actions to perform its signature attack, Twin Strike.
Uh-oh.
+1 boon attack. On hit, it deals D +2 twice. On a miss, 2 damage twice.
Thundercross split attack!
Yeah, this is let's see.
And as an effect, the Twin Soul may backflip and fly 2 spaces after this ability.
What?
Psychotic.
All right.
These are much more mobile skeletons than I imagined.
Yeah, these guys are These guys are crazy. They're scary. They're crawling all over the ceiling. They're laughing at you.
I think these are the main factions you fight it.
That is a.
Uh-oh.
That is a critical success.
I have to check something now.
Are we gonna
Oh,
PTK? Or TPK? Yeah.
You mean TPK?
I don't remember what happens when an enemy critical hits you because I know there's rules for critical hitting for you critical hitting, but I don't remember if the enemy has a critical hit that they can do. But for now, let's roll damage. So these things are 1d10 as well, same as you. 3.
Oof.
And then the second
Okay.
d10. 4. So you
4,
take
okay, so
3,
7
then 4.
damage.
So 7 damage.
Okay.
And then,
So I'm at 21 health.
and then it'll move 2 spaces.
You little git.
And then I guess at the end of its turn, it'll save against blinded. Doesn't clear it. And it does not clear blinded, but it's not super sad. But it's not super crazy. Not super
Okay,
crazy.
7.
Good stuff.
I think it's Zaffir's turn now.
Yep. My phone keeps on dropping.
You alright? Okay. That happens.
Alright, but it's my go. Alright.
Yep.
Let's see, what do I want to do here? So my brain is saying we need to kill enemies, but who's taking the most damage? And
the leader. Oh no, wait, not the leader. The one that Andre shot, which is right here.
Yes.
I have a speed of 4, so I'm guessing I can move 4 before.
Yes.
You can move 4 spaces in the cardinal directions of left, right.
I'm going to use Valkyrie.
Okay.
Effect, I may.
How the class what Valkyrie does?
I may fly 1, attack, on hit, D plus fray, miss fray. Effect, attack target is weakened, exceed heroic, create a pit under your target. I'm going to heroic it, since I could do that for free every round.
Okay.
So it's going to be 1d20 plus 1d6.
What's the 1d6 come from?
Or not fray, but my...
no, hold on.
Yeah, my hit dice.
Your hit dice.
Right. Oh,
you gotta roll to hit first.
Never mind. 19.
Oh, let's go!
Oh. See, I took all your bad rolls out of the way for you.
That's 10 damage. When you include fray. He's in a pit.
Ooh. Is he the one that was made vulnerable too for double damage?
Which one were you going after, Korak? Oh, this one? Okay.
Everyone take a picture. We need to take a picture of the map for the podcast version.
I mean, we should probably actually just have somebody recording when doing...
We really should,
doing,
yeah. I'm sorry about
tactical combat.
Yeah, tactical combat, yeah.
So, Zaffir...
We'll do so in the future.
...jumps up extremely high. You wouldn't think a giant man would be able to almost hit the ceiling. And then just does a people's elbow onto this goblin. Onto the robot skeleton.
It was a robot
onto
skeleton.
the Necron. Pushing it into the ground.
Chills, is that the same one I made vulnerable earlier?
Chills.
Excuse me.
Chills?
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. So you do... I don't remember which one you made vulnerable. I think you wanted to make...
The head honcho.
The grafter?
Yeah, the grafter.
So no, it's not the same one.
Okay, well, the 10 damage is still a pretty
decent
amount.
Some of that does get eaten by armor, but you do manage to give a big dent to this guy.
And he's in the ground. Yeah.
He's in a conical.
Don't worry, my trap hinge will eat it.
And he's weakened.
Trap hinge is not.
And he's also weakened, which means he deals less damage as far as I can remember.
And then
that's probably big.
You only get one action, right?
You get 2.
I'm going to prepare this gigantic overhead.
You get...
So, the weakened status decreases all damage dealt by 2 each time a character deals damage. So yeah, he's now weaker.
And massive overhead charges up your next attack to your bonus
actually, wait a
damage.
second. Let me see. I just want to see, because I think that... Okay, so Valkyrie is one action. I could do Valkyrie again, and I can move 4. Oh, you can only do one.
Actually, you can't. You can only do one of each action.
Yeah, because Valkyrie is the same. Yeah, you can only
one of
do
each.
one
Okay,
of each
my bad there.
per turn. That's fine.
It's alright. You had a pretty good... Everyone but...
Can I just do a basic attack?
Together.
We're all in this together.
Also,
like, do I have to use an ability, or can I just attack?
You could just do a basic attack.
Basic attack as well.
I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Okay, so Alatos, I just found out the ruling on crit.
19.
You take an extra 4. You take an extra 4 damage.
Owie, my bones.
So yeah, that's a
That
total.
leaves me
That's a total of
7.
yeah, 7
17
plus
health.
Yeah, so that's 7 plus 4.
Now, there are ways to heal in
This is true.
combat.
So I did 19 damage there, or I got a 19 there, and I rolled another 6.
Okay, so you roll your D. All right, you
Ooh,
managed to
spicy.
you managed to inflict a wound on him.
I'm guessing basic attacks don't have fray, right?
No, the basic attacks are just basic
Okay.
attacks. They either hit or they don't.
Yeah, he's still in the pit. I'm just
All right.
pummeling him back into the pit. I see his head go up a little bit and then just
All right.
smack him right back in. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Whack-a-mole.
All right. I'm surprised you didn't. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take the other.
So massive
Go into
overhead.
massive overhead, but yeah, that's fine.
So about massive overhead,
Well,
it's my
I
next
think-
attack gets that. So I'd have to massive
Yes.
overhead and then do
Ah.
Valkyrie, I guess, with Hero. Oh, no, it says end
Well,
turn.
no, it carries over between
And I
turns.
believe.
Oh, wait, yeah, no,
yeah,
I
it says
could
end
have.
turn.
Oh well.
Additionally, I do believe you gain a vigilance as well, since you're beside Mantrax there, so you would be helping them out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That means I get like damage resistance, I think, because of him.
Yes, vigilance.
Yeah.
All right.
So do we keep to the same initiative, or can we change who goes
Not
first
yet.
per round?
The enemies need to go now. There's 2 enemies that
right.
haven't gone, which is the White Tomb Guard and the Grafter. I'm guessing the Grafter will probably go first.
Wingardium Leviosa. Oh, wow.
All right. So, first of all, the Grafter is going to move 1, 2, 3 spaces, and land right next to this White Tomb Guard. And he's going to first use Diaga on the White Tomb Guard, which is going to provide it Cure.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you wounded at Korak.
The character gains Vigor 4, which is 4 temporary HP. Or they would if remind me again, did you
He's in a
put
pit.
something in there?
Weekend.
Yeah,
I
you, Rex, you said you gave him something.
think. I made the leader vulnerable.
They're both vulnerable, right?
Is being
No.
in a pit
I
considered
don't remember.
vulnerable?
You said something about... no, they're just in a pit. They have to move out of the pit.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to check because I remember one of you inflicted something that made it so that they can't. One of you. Oh no, it was the wraith. The wraith shattered you both. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the White Tomb Guard now has Vigor 4,
Means he has a little bit of temp
and
HP.
then he gets to save against all statuses, which I believe he passes, so he's no longer weakened.
Is that the guy's action though?
No, that's one action. So he still has one more. In this case, let me see. Are you in range 6, Alatos? Yes, you are. He's going to attack you with... let me see if he has anything more interesting that he can do. He's a grafter, so he can... he has regeneration, and he has the power to share suffering.
Uh-oh.
I guess he'll place himself closer, since he can break up the movement. Share suffering. This is a stance. The grafter gains Aura 1 in this stance. Each time a relict in the aura takes damage from an ability, they gain 2 vigor. This effect could trigger multiple times per ability. After that ability resolves, the grafter sacrifices 2. At the start of its turn, the grafter either exits this stance or sacrifices 4 to maintain it. Yeah, it'll activate this, and then we'll gain a 1 space aura.
Troubling.
Like that. And that's its turn. And that leaves the Tomb Guard, which it's feeling pretty cozy where it's at. And so it will be going for its regular turn. Ooh, this is good. To reinforce this fucking fuckhole syndrome, it'll spend 2 actions on Fortress, and then end its turn. Tomb Guard gains Aura 1 until the start of its next turn. While this aura is active, the Tomb Guard gains Counter, and all allies without this ability in the aura gain a resistance.
What does that mean?
Ooh, that sucks.
Resistance means they take less damage from attacks.
What does Counter do?
You take damage whenever you attack.
Well, alright.
Alright.
Hey, Zaffir, if you want an idea, use the suplex to remove that fucker from the battlefield so he can pick off the leader.
Okay, here it is. Counter. When damaged by an ability, deal 2 damage back each time damage is applied.
So that's my suggestion for tactics, is to yeet him off the battlefield so that doesn't
So
happen.
the Grafter is standing next to the Tomb Guard, giving it Vigor 2 each time it's hurt. And then each time it's hurt, it hurts you. And you can't hurt, and it's hard to hurt the Grafter because it gets resistance.
Okay.
Alright, next turn. Or next round, rather. Starts off with the players.
So what was the thing that has that's giving the aura?
Use the 2-action grand suplex to remove him from the field, is my suggestion.
The guy with the nails. First guy?
The first guy.
The Tomb Guard is giving resistance.
Alrighty.
The Grafter is giving vigor. And the Grafter is vulnerable.
So I'm going to be using both of my actions to produce the Great Suplex. I pick them up and remove them from the battlefield. I can sacrifice up to 6, then fly half that many spaces, place the foe in an adjacent free space. They take D+ fray damage and are slashed. If they're already slashed, they are stunned instead. You can't place a foe in a valid space. This action cannot be taken. Heroic 6 sacrifice cost is reduced to 0, but counts as sacrificing 6. I think my wolf heart allows me to
You don't need to sacrifice 6. You could just use that
it's
once per round.
Wait, where's
thing.
the one that gives me a?
And increase it.
Yeah, that's sacrificing
per
25% of my HP though.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. You should be able
Unless
to
they
do that
change
free
wolf
once
heart.
per. Did I read that wrong?
Let me see. Heroics. Stalwarts can push themselves beyond their normal limits performing heroics. If you take a star...
Okay, well, you only need to sacrifice a few HP
Yeah.
points and not 25% then.
Yeah, you don't even have to sacrifice 25% of your HP. You can just sacrifice 6.
Yeah.
Or less.
I am going to sacrifice... I think I'm going to sacrifice 4 HP to put myself to 36. And we are going...
Okay.
We're going to take...
This is good. This is good because you can modulate. You can modulate how much HP you have, so you can trigger certain things for when you're bloody.
Suplexing him over here. He is removed from combat.
Boom.
And do I have to roll for this, or... Alright.
No, he just takes
he is taking 9 damage.
Awesome. So yeah,
He's
you
also
definitely
removed
wounded
from combat.
there. You bypass the. You also you remove him from combat for how long?
It's only removed from the battlefield until the end of that action.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so you remove them from the battlefield, and then they are teleported here.
Which breaks the aura field, because he's too far away.
Yes. So now that so they take these plus fray damage, and they're slashed.
I don't know what slashed means, but sounds cool.
Nice.
It's just a...
It sounds cool.
Okay. Slashed. Okay, slashed. Take 4 damage after you or an ally uses an ability that moves you, but no more than once a turn.
No,
Ooh. Does that proc now?
No, it's only when he...
I wish, because that would be cool to continue to pile on extra damage through continue suplex.
Yes. But hey, the next time you do it, he gets stunned. Yeah.
Alright, foe turn now. Let's try and speed things along since it's almost 11 o'clock.
Oh yeah, also, you take 2 damage, since thanks
Even
to
though
counter.
it was removed?
Counter.
No, it's a status. It's not a negative status effect. He activated on his turn.
The removal counts for certain stuff.
Yeah,
not
alright, because
that.
I was going to say, how do
it's a
you
little
counter
late.
somebody
Counter only,
picking you up and then dropping you?
Counter's just a state.
Other than
counter's
spikes.
just a state. Like you get,
Explain to me
he
how
got
does he
hit,
counter the
So
ground?
he takes it out on you.
I need you to explain that to me, because that is what's doing the damage here.
I guess he just kicked you. As he was falling, he kicked you also.
Or you could take...
Yeah, but then
or
he
he's
would be
covered in
stunned
spikes.
because he's
Regardless,
covered
what
in
happens-
spikes and can't get up from being shook into the ground.
So this fellow is going to. So at the start of his turn, since you managed to cut him up, he's going to lose Fortress because he's already way too far away for him to really do anything. And then he's going to start doing his stuff. Let's see with... maybe he's going to try and get back to where he is. To where he was to help his friend. Let's see. Is anyone within range 2 of him? No, it's 2. That's just barely out of range. Foe in range 2 shoved. Overpower. All foes adjacent to the attack target take fray. All allies in range may rush 1 toward this character. Bloodied allies rush this way, gain 3 vigor. Okay, so he doesn't really have too much. Bless you. So he's going to go with a hook with a combo here. He's going to start with hook spear on you. He's going to do that to make you slashed, and then he's going to, oh my god, he's going to overpower you by making an attack.
So, okay.
Ooh, unfortunately, I think that hits you.
Really?
Yeah,
6?
because you guys, his defense is 6.
Now my defense is 5.
Regardless.
Although, you do have armor too,
Yes.
thankfully.
Yeah. So that's going to do, I believe, 1d6 plus fray. It was plus 2. Yeah. So you take 4 damage from that.
But reduced to 2.
Reduced to 2.
Alright.
And
So
that's going to be his turn. Unfortunately, he can't really do much else. He's going to try to move around you, but you can probably attack him with one of your vigilance things.
I have vigilance.
Yeah, you're a stalwart.
Attack of opportunity,
Yeah,
then.
this is what the thing for attack of opportunities is. It's only it's reserved only to stalwarts.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you do for an attack of opportunity?
Any number of vigilance charges stack.
What does regeneration do?
Regeneration.
It gives you vigor, but you can't use that since you're shattered. We need to get rid of the condition.
At the end of your... Also, because you ended your turn, you could roll a 1d20.
Oh, to save for that.
Oh, okay. So let me roll then. 15.
You got it.
Hey.
You clear the condition.
Okay, so that means you could start healing then?
Yes, this means you could start recovering. But because you did it at the end of your turn, it would only come back at the end of your next turn.
Yeah. Next time, yeah. So what do you do for the attack of opportunity he gets?
Special effect with X charges, represented by a pool of D6s. Like triggered effects, vigilance can only be used once per trigger. Character can spend any number of charges, rolling a D6 per charge, and picking the highest result. When an ally in range 2 is damaged by a foe's ability, reduce the damage by the amount rolled as if by armor. And when a foe breaks adjacency with you for any reason, deal the amount rolled as damage to them. So he's going to attempt to break adjacency to you.
I'm not going to waste it.
You're not?
Alright, so he breaks adjacency to join back on. We'll join back up with this guy.
You should have done that.
Fine, I'll do it then, I guess. I don't know.
Alright, so roll 2d6 if you want, or 1d6.
I'll use both charges, I guess.
Alright, 2d6. Ooh,
5 and a 3.
8 damage. Nice. So, how much damage have you been dealing to this guy? You dealt 8. I think Rex dealt 1 damage to him. You dealt 6. You dealt 10 damage. Mm-hmm. And then that got reduced by 2. And then another 6. So that got reduced by 2 again. So you so far have dealt 13 damage to this guy. And then on top of this, you get 8 more reduced by 2, so 6.
I'm planning on breaking up my big attack for the next action.
Same.
All right, he's pretty war for wear. He's bloodied right now.
Okay, that means he's at half health.
And that means it's you guys' turn.
You mind if I take the next one?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I am going to spend... I'm Ether 4 now. I'm going to spend 2 actions for, not Bifrost. Nothong.
Nothong.
And I'm gonna infuse 3 for Graham.
Alright.
Range 2, arc 4. So first I am going to teleport.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna teleport here first.
Where are you going? Oh, there.
Yep. And I spend a Odin Force charge to deal 1 damage to the healing fucker.
Alright. 1 damage, and 1 more damage to the grafter,
then,
so 2. So far he's been hit for 5 damage.
And now, the big coup de grace attack of... I have to roll this and please hit... This is on both of them, by the way, so Ether goes from 1 to 2.
Nice.
I spent 3 of it on melee attack. Roll.
Roll me, boy.
Please.
Oh,
7.
You actually hit the Tomb Guard. Actually, do you hit the other one too? Oh, just
I hit both
you barely
of them.
don't. Oh, do you have like a +1?
It's rank. It's arc 4.
No, but does the attack roll meet both of them? Do you roll that separately? Is the question. I think you actually roll accuracy twice for each once for each character. Let's say that the first one was for the heavy, which you definitely hit.
Okay.
Oh,
Oof.
fungus.
Okay, so I hit 1 and missed the other. I'll
So
take
you
it.
deal.
So for the one I miss, I deal my fray damage of 3.
Which is 4.
And
thanks to vulnerable.
Oh yeah, yep. And for the other one, it's 2d plus fray, so 2d8.
Actually, is it just fray on the one you missed? Because I remember the big attacks. letting you hit for 2.
Well, we'll get to there in a moment because of the infuse effect.
Okay.
Then the next step of this, so from the 9, he takes 12 damage.
All right. So the white tomb guard takes 12 damage. Is that piercing?
Not yet. There is piercing damage involved at some point in this attack.
All right. So that's 10. So that's reduced. So that's increased to that's reduced to 7, but still a pretty considerable amount of damage.
Okay, and for the next step, another teleport 1, and another 1 piercing damage from the lightning effect from Odin Force, bring me down to 1. And then another 1 piercing damage from the Nothung attack itself, again to your target once per foe or ally adjacent to them.
Okay.
Up to a max of 4 times.
So you've attacked. So who are these piercing damages being directed at?
It's all being directed to the healer, if
All right.
possible.
So he's already taken 5. So he's already taken 5 up to the time where you did the thing. So that would be how much more?
5 plus 1, 2, 3. One of those is piercing. Sorry, all of them are piercing, actually, because of Odin Force.
So, yeah, you deal 8 piercing damage to him.
And then for the final step of this ability...
Okay.
Oh, actually, I changed where I teleported to. Sorry,
That's
if that's okay. I'm going to change that to... here. And then the next step of Graham. After the ability resolves, release a burst 2 self-flurry of flashes, dealing 1 piercing damage twice to all foes.
Okay. So you deal an additional 2 piercing damage to the healer and the tank.
Yep. And then I still have my move action. I'm going to run the fuck away because I'm about to explode.
Excellent.
1.
And I believe the
2.
healer...
I'm just gonna move 3 to here.
I guess he gets 2 vigor because this guy is going to sacrifice 2. And at the end of this aura, thanks to being in the same aura. But regardless, here comes the chain wraith.
The pain.
The pain wraith.
Here it comes.
Wait, the thing triggers and bombs
Yes,
me, doesn't it?
but you don't have any person adjacent to you, so you clear it. So it doesn't deal anything.
Oh. Okay, I'm fine. I disarmed the bomb. Ah! Swipe it off my chest.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't have boobs right now. Those are out of season.
All right.
They're out of season.
All right, so we're going to go ahead. The chain wraith's going to come in. I believe... Who's taken a lot of damage? That one's had, Alato's taken a lot of damage. I'll probably lay off him. I'll probably choose to deal damage to Mr. Korak. How far?
You do that, I quit.
Range. This is just far enough. So, for the first action of...
I haven't taken any damage yet this
I know, that's coming later, don't worry.
Okay.
Your time will
your
come.
time-
No one will be spared.
Your time will come, in fact.
I have Kane.
Ether, and Odin Force are now 3 after the end of my turn.
So, first of all, I will target this space here with Soul Spark. It's a summon. Creates a Soul Spark summon in a free space in range. Round 3 plus 2 sparks. So it's not round 3, so you don't get 2 sparks. But the Soul Spark is a summon, size 1. It's intangible. And foes adjacent to Soul Sparks are vulnerable plus, which means that, and plus means that it doesn't end. You can't save against it. It only ends when you cease being adjacent to it. That's what plus typically means when a status comes in. Like, you need to clear it.
Also, I forgot to roll my save. Let me do that
you clear
now.
it. You clear
Okay. I'm no longer
you're
heartbroken.
no longer heartbroken.
I can now love again.
You can now love again, and so can Lythander.
I can finally listen to Monster Mates.
I want to know what the...
All right, so
I want to know what crab girl.
No, you don't.
Oh, goodness.
You actually don't, man.
Yes, you do. We did the
all
episode
damage
on
dealt
that
to
one.
them become, and
Oh,
all
good.
damage dealt to them becomes piercing and an area of effect. If a foe ends their turn adjacent to a spark, it releases a small blast pulse centered on it, dealing 1 piercing damage twice to all foes. And yep, that seems to be a good spot to be in. And then unstable charge on Lythander as well. So,
Alrighty, so I'm
Oh no,
going
I
to...
reached him from a whole campaign away.
You see, if you're doing that to me, love, you better be careful. I'm going to cast obsidian butterflies.
or not Lythander, I forgot about Zaffir. Excuse me.
Zaffir.
I'm too used to the names. But go ahead. Alatos, it's you.
It's me! Alright, so quick verifying question.
Yes.
Would...
That
no.
is 10, 11, 12,
Does-
13. That is 13 successes for hitting.
Nice.
So does this count as range 3 by chance?
Yes.
Okay.
No, correct. Don't waste rolls like that in a system where it doesn't matter.
Right, in that
Don't worry.
case, I'm going
At
to...
the end of the fourth
two.
round, all you have to do to win is just stand on this center spot. By the way.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, not every battle has hit them until they fall down. There are alt victory
Yes.
conditions.
Oh! Well, anyways,
This is definitely not
I'm
definitely not something I just pulled out of my ass to make sure that you guys get to bed on time.
No, it makes sense. He did say it took time to warm up. It's diegetically makes sense this time.
I'm going to use my big special ability, Astral Chain.
I recognize the name of this thing.
Let's see.
You conjure a bad Ava plot.
Oh no.
Astral Chain.
Yes, Astral Chain, which costs 2 actions.
2 action.
It would have been good if the Switch could run it.
Imagine if the
All
Switch
right.
actually could run games.
All right, move it in.
If only.
All right, you have
So would I be
you
rolling...
get +1 boon, and it's also unerring, so you don't. Let me actually check.
Okay. I was about to say,
The
what?
Switch can run.
What?
The Switch can run games if they're first party or monolith soft.
It
Indeed.
can't run Mario Odyssey well.
Yeah.
I have not played Mario Odyssey, so I cannot give an opinion on something
Ignores
like that.
cover and Aether Wall, which means
Okay.
that if you hit it with if you hit the chain wraith with it, it would not have resistance.
Good to know. Alright. Let's see. So let me... Okay, so with 1 boon, yeah?
Yeah.
And actually,
D20
hold on.
plus
Let
1d6.
me look at something real quick. And then with my freelancer traits, specifically trigrammaton, I think it's called.
Let me.
Your abilities used against foes at exactly 3 range gain +1 boon on attack rolls and on airing.
Trigrammaton.
Ooh.
Trigrammaton.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you get +2
Goodness.
d.
Bonus damage means you get another damage
Yeah,
dice.
you roll 2d. You roll 2ds and take the highest.
Okay.
Much like the Diadact, they're immune to being shot by 1 gun, so you have to shoot them with 2 guns.
All right. So go ahead.
So for this roll, roll 2d20s?
So you get 1d20 plus 1d20 plus
1d6.
2d6. Thanks to
okay.
the thing you set up last turn.
Yes, thanks to Trick
Trick shot.
All right. And please, 14.
All right.
Ooh.
Not bad, and especially considering. Actually, it's not a 14. I think it's Yeah, let's call it that. It's fine. So yeah, you I think you hit it.
Yes, and then let's see, 2d20 plus, or I'm sorry, 2d10 plus fray, which is 2, if I'm remembering correctly.
2d10
yes.
plus fray. Oh, yeah, it's actually
And then-
sorry. not 2d10 plus fray. Since it deals bonus damage, it's 4d10 keep highest 2 plus fray.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. So 4d10, keep the highest 2, and then plus fray.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Roll.
That's a very effective gun.
Excellent.
Right,
you
so-
deal 20. No, that you didn't.
7 and 6 is 13 plus 2,
15 damage. Last turn.
Goodness
Last
sakes.
turn. Let me remember how much damage you did last turn. It was Oh, okay. Yeah, it was 8 damage last turn. So it has already taken 8 damage, and now it's taken 15. So.
And now the enemy is marked.
And he is also bloodied.
Yes, he is. And I do I do bonus damage to enemies who are bloodied? Let me see. Yes, finesse. You deal bonus damage to bloodied foes.
Ooh.
Actually,
maybe you should take the next turn in this new round then.
Ooh, he is
Finish it off.
close and close and close to death.
And also with the funny thing with marked, let me see here.
He's also marked. What's the mark?
Your attack target is marked at the start of your turn. If they are in 3 range, they take 2 unerring damage as a bolt of celestial lightning shoots between you. If they are at exactly range 3, deal 2 damage again,
Man, this is wild. Alatos having anything to do with celestial magic.
I know, right? What wild times we live in.
All right. Is that your turn?
Heart must have really
That will be
got
my
you
turn.
Down bad there.
All right. So the Twin Soul's going to come in and try to deal damage to Rex here.
You little kid, no.
Hey. Can I use the free action of Klingenkuss to teleport 2 spaces?
Sure. Actually, let me check if this... did I actually roll for him to see if he cleared blinded? I did. I rolled a 1d10, not a 1d20, so let's roll for him, because I forgot to roll for him. No, he doesn't clear blinded, so go ahead.
If I move away too, then he can't fucking hit me. Then can he?
He may be able to hit you with something else, not this. Not his big 2-action attack.
Okay, let's just move here then.
Alright. You do manage to move there. Inadvertently putting you in the range of the grafter, but whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Twin Soul comes in, he sees you, and then he's going to try and attack you with, he's going to go with, reality flicker.
That sounds bad.
And yeah, he's going to use that to, teleport.
I do the first combat enemies. Why are they so scary?
Because combat enemies are scary.
Well then.
That's fair.
And yeah, reality flicker, he teleports 3 spaces, ends up adjacent to you. Then he's going to hit you with blood feed. So one action attack, 1d20 plus 1d6, because it has a boon. That's a 16, so I think that hits. It's going to hit you with a d10 plus fray, which is 2, I believe.
I'm going to do an interrupt of Aether Deflection. Effect. Gain resistance against damage from that attack.
Alright. Is there a cost?
I can only use it once per combat, but unless I spend 2 Aether at any time to recharge it.
Okay.
It's interrupt.
Oh yeah,
1.
right, because you're a wizard. A lightning wizard. Okay.
And you
Interrupt
said
1 triggers. You're talking about an ability. Have one of this interrupt per combat, blah, 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 anytime to regain it. Alright, cool. So you gain resistance to it. You would have taken fucking 10 damage from this, but you take only...
Good call.
But you take only 5. But that's not all.
Okay.
You also take 2 damage again because you're not adjacent to any allies.
Uh-oh.
To a total...
Does that also count against
no, because
pathing?
it's from the attack. It's from effect damage, not the attack.
Okay, so I'm at 25
Yes.
now then, alright.
And now the Twin Soul is right next to you. That's the end of its turn. And I believe that the only one left to go is the Grafter. So the Grafter is just gonna... let's see. Let's move in and do some cool stuff. I guess at the start of its turn, it's going to drop the stance also, because it's not really helping it survive as much as it's just making things difficult for itself.
Oh, by the way, when I teleported, I'll spend a charge of the Odin Force to zap the guy who just attacked me.
Nice. Alright, so he takes...
For 1 piercing.
Alright, he's actually pretty close to dying at this stage. Alright. This is stupid.
Zaffir's turn now.
But let's do it. I want you to see this. 2 actions. Unholy.
Uh-oh.
Range 5, a medium blast. Let's see if there's more than one guy. Actually, there's not, but you know what? Let's not actually attack. That's fine. Let's just take the time to not attack instead. Black Communion. Range 5, line 4. Area effect. Range 5, line 4. So I believe it would be range 5, and then I guess it'll just line 4. You and 4. Black Communion. Foes take 2 damage. Allies gain 2 vigor. Then create a difficult terrain effect space of grasping dead hands underneath every foe in the area. But if you can recall, you ate a meal that ignores it.
Very good food.
Very good food.
Anyway, I teleport, so I don't think that matters for me, but still.
While inside a grasping hand space, foes are sealed plus and cannot gain vigor. So yeah, the Twin Soul gains an additional 2 vigor. And that's the first action. Then the second action, he's going to go with mark. He's going to mark. I guess he's going to mark Alatos since, or Andrialpa since he's within range 6. While mark.
Oh, that's
with
great.
Fear.
A hand reaches through your computer.
With fear. Mark a foe in range 6. While marked, that foe deals half damage unless adjacent to an ally. If they end their turn adjacent to an ally, they can save to clear this mark.
Oh.
Alright, and that's the end and that they're gonna move over closer to this Tomb Guard and then gonna try and save from vulnerable. They managed to save from vulnerable. Alright, and that's the end of its turn. Top of the new round. It's players.
Didn't
Go.
move last round.
You did not.
Because that was round 3, right? I only had 2 actions, so
was
it's
round 2.
my
Yeah,
turn.
that was
before
round 3.
Start of new round.
Yeah, it is your turn before the new one. Yeah, that's correct.
What did you say about what was the alternate win condition being on the platform?
Did you not? Wait, did you not start the round? You started it by doing a great suplex, remember?
Your orbital suplex.
Yeah, you did start by doing...
That was just round 2
Yeah,
action.
that is... Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're in round
Oh, I thought you said
this
we
is the
were...
start.
I thought you said
start.
end of round 3. That's
Okay,
what I was like,
okay.
wait, what?
No, this is the end...
By the
I
end
said
of round
end of
4 is when
I did say end of round, not end of round 3. I said end of round.
Okay, my bad on that.
As in end of round 2.
We are now officially
Alright.
in round 3.
All right. Go for it. Who wants to go?
We should probably get that alternative win condition.
This is true.
I can go ahead and take the first round. I have a lot of chip damage I could do through Blitz to these guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Move in.
Okay, Aether is now Aether is now 4 and Odin Force is now Odin Force is 2 right now, so give me a moment to think of the best possible targets to fuck with. This whole attack has
All
pierced,
right.
by the way. So I'm going first step, teleport 1.
Okay. Cool.
This guy takes 1 damage, the guy I just left.
Okay. Pierces, but doesn't break through his vigor.
Then teleport 1 again. And I'm gonna deal... The fucking tank is gonna take another pierce damage.
Okay.
And then I'll spend an Odin Force charge and deal another piercing damage to him as well.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna try and... Do you think I should just try and finish off the tank, guys?
Whatever you feel like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish off this tank, since he seems pretty beat up and bloodied anyway.
Right.
Okay, so I'll target the central attack to him. Nope, that's still a fucking miss.
No.
Although he still deals 1 damage on a miss.
This is true. 1 piercing.
And I'm gonna infuse. He also becomes vulnerable.
All right.
And I'm gonna infuse 3 to Grand Blitz to repeat the first effect.
Okay.
So the teleport 1 damage, teleport 1 damage.
All right, do it.
In this case, teleport 1 damage to the
He
tank.
takes 2.
Yep, and I'm spending the last charge of Odin Force to cause them to take another damage.
He takes another 2. All right, so with a...
I teleport. Wait, nope. There's one more.
All right, so another to the tank.
Yes,
So
another
let me
to the tank.
So let me remind you, he just dealt. Let's see here. 7 damage on a miss.
And that's only one
It's
action.
1 action.
Yes.
By the way, have you been keeping track of your Odin Force?
Yes, I have. It just ran
Okay,
out.
good.
So the stance just ended. Trying to think if you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be a good idea. I am going to create a Bifrost.
Woo! Bifrost.
Sweep your blade to cut a line 3 crackling lightning, dealing piercing damage to all characters. Line 3 has to originate from me, right?
Unless specified.
Okay, I am going to... Yeah, I'm gonna just make a line 3 out here to here to here.
Uh-huh. So you, only hit the...
He takes another 2 piercing
3.
damage. Yep, 3. And the arch remains in the air. Me or an ally can enter any space or into or adjacent to the area, grab it as a free action to immediately teleport to any other free space in or adjacent to the area.
Okay.
So we could use this... So Zaffir could use this as his escape valve once he's done styling on them to get into the safety circle.
Yes. Yeah, at the end of your turn, if you want to move an extra bit, you can move directly to him.
And I still have a movement. I still have a movement action, so I'm gonna move.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4. Running away from everyone because, oh god, it's scary and I get resistance to all the ranged attacks.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
Great stuff. And now the boys will go.
Let me go ahead and draw the line.
So the grafter is gonna try and move in, and then he's gonna do unholy.
Oh no!
Get resistance to that, thankfully.
Actually, it's fine if he doesn't do unholy. He's gonna do the Diaga on. He's gonna do Diaga on the white tomb guard, curing it for 4, and then he can save against all status effects currently affecting him, which he does save against all status effects, except bloodied because he's bloodied. He's no longer slashed. He's
unfortunate.
no longer slashed. No longer vulnerable. And then he's also going to apply fear on Zaffir.
Is there any way to just flat out
you can end your turn. You can place yourself adjacent to another character, to an allied character.
Is that all the enemy
That's
action?
all the enemy action. All right.
All right, who wants to go
Guys,
next?
go.
I suppose I will go next. So firstly,
Reminder, you're also marked by this effect, Alatos.
Oh goodness, lovely. All right. So I will move into the pretty safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move 3 right here.
Are you going to put yourself adjacent to a boy?
Yeah, specifically, right next to Mantrax.
Awesome.
Let's see. What do I want to do for an action?
You can use your big attack.
I mean, that's a range 3. They're at a range 4.
Yeah, that's a range 4. The Tomb Guard's at range 3, and so is the Grafter.
That's impressive. Sure. I will do my big astral chain on the healer.
All right. Hit him.
All right.
Defense is 8.
Come on, please. Please be kind and full of grace.
Mamma mia. You got
19.
Nice.
All right, you got it.
And
2d10
let's
plus
see.
D, or 2d10 plus 2.
And with the trait Astral Shot, or Aether Shot, any attacks you make on rounds 3 and 6 deal bonus damage and trigger all Exceed effects, hit or miss.
So you get, alright, nice.
So, let's see. So with this, 2d10, if I can do that correctly, 2d10 plus
So
2.
so 4d10 keep highest 2.
Okay.
So
yes.
like, let me see if I can.
4d10 keeps highest 2.
It would be like that. Which holy shit, a 20, huh?
And then pop.
It's okay, guys. We're in the home stretch. We're almost done.
7 and 10.
7, 10, 19.
Plus 2. So there we go.
All right, that deals a great big fat chunk of damage. That is reduced. It is reduced by 2 by the White Tomb Guard's armor thing, but it is still 17 damage to this otherwise very, very bloodied boy. Which,
yeah,
I'm amazed none of these guys are dead yet. They're very tanky.
Indeed.
Yes, this is true.
Which is why we should get in the thing so we can get the alternative win condition, because we have been at this for 3.5 hours.
This is true.
It's a good thing the arch is there.
Yes.
All right, and that will be the end of my turn.
All right, but did you trigger your things though?
Yes, the mark. And I've also caused the Exceed, where I may fly 4.
All right, so will you?
Probably not. I don't know where I would fly to.
Oh, also save. Make a save.
Oh, yes, a save.
0 your end.
So much for you being a flightless bird.
Yep.
Make a 0.
So I just...
Yeah.
What do I roll exactly?
A d20.
Just 1d20?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
12.
you clear the mark.
Yay, I'm no longer marked.
Awesome. All right, next up is the boys. Let's see here. Chain Wraith is back in action, baby. Actually, I'm not going to put the Chain Wraith. I'm going to make it so the White Tomb Guard goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to... Actually, no. He's going to hit you with a spear, which will shove you 1 space toward him and make you, he's going to shove you 1 space to hook spear, shoves you 1 space toward him, and then it makes you slashed. Which isn't very relevant right now, but whatever. And then he's going to use Overpower again. Which, let's see. It hits True Strike, so it ignores Dodge. Which
you little git.
I believe
All
it
right.
does matter here. And
does.
unfortunate, but you still take Fray. And as an effect, all foes adjacent to the attack target take Fray. So his Fray is 4. So you both take... So you and Mantrax take 4 damage.
And
Am I within 2 of him, though?
You are within 2 of him. Within 2 of the attack target.
So diagonal still does count, just not for movement then. Alright, so I take 4, so that puts me to 19.
I am at 13 health.
Alright, that's the end of the White Tomb Guard's turn. Zaffir, kick they fucking ass.
Question, is the thing moving up at all? Or not yet?
What do you mean?
The elevator.
The elevator?
It's round 3, my dude. Next.
It's going to
round,
soon, though.
Round 4. That's when it happens.
So, the only reason why I say that is because I have an ability that, if that depends on height.
It's moving down. It's moving down.
Oh!
It's moving slightly down every turn.
Oh, it's
Alright, so it's moving down every turn, so I can jump on there, I guess. Okay.
Yes. You
could use the teleport arc too if you want to attack and
you would have you would be coming in from a high elevation if you hit anything from there.
Okay.
Oh, that would be useful. For your ability, let me pull up your sheets from the
Great Leap. Yeah, when you would end any movement on a lower elevation than you started, you may gain flying for the duration of that movement.
And also pulverized, too. It deals bonus damage.
Yes.
In case you want to attack the lad who's in the pit with us. You probably should.
True enough.
Okay. Oh, it's not my turn yet, so... Oh, it is?
It is your turn.
I thought you said
No,
that
it
was
is.
the rest of the enemy's turn. My bad.
No, it is you. No, it's you. Go ahead. Alatos and Rex are...
I am going to Valkyrie into him.
Alright, so you actually managed to put yourself adjacent to Alatos, so the mark does not apply to you.
Yay.
Move in. Also, roll
I
accuracy.
missed,
Go ahead.
probably.
Alright, that's still...
really?
No, that still hits. Yeah, because the fucking heavies have 6 defense.
Why is that a D20 system, then, if everything's gonna hit?
No, we've missed
Yeah,
a
we've
couple
missed
times.
a
Yeah,
couple
remember me?
times, dog.
So,
Yeah.
that's gonna be D6
Alright,
plus Frey,
so
so
you
5.
roll that with... roll that again.
Roll the 1D20 again?
Oh, yeah, because you have bonus
Yeah,
damage
roll
from
the
this.
D6, not the...
2.
Alright, so 6. Reduced by armor, unfortunately, we'll put that down to a 4, which clears the vigor, but it doesn't pierce through the defense.
Wait, doesn't the bonus damage do something?
Yeah,
here?
it allowed him to
'Cause
roll.
he attacked me.
It allowed him to roll 2d6 and keep the highest one. That's what the bonus damage is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what bonus damage is in the system.
You have another action,
Yes.
though.
And the target is weakened also, so you can, at the very least, get that.
You could just basic attack him
You
again.
could.
You know what's funnier? I'm gonna declare overhead it.
Ooh.
He's still gonna be here, so
Well,
I'm gonna
combat might be
massive
over
overhead
next
him
time,
and
so-
get him down even further in this pit.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Just have a man glued to the elevator as we resume downward.
Awesome.
So does combat end with this next thing, then?
Let's see. Yeah, there's more of you on the pit than there are guys of the enemy team. So we're gonna take the turns of the other. We're gonna take the turns of the other two. So before and the elevator. So the elevator goes down without consequence. You win.
All right. We took some beefy HP damage, but we recovered 25% of our health at the end of each combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I recover from 19 to 27.
Yes.
Sorry, 28. Oh, no, 27 actually.
Yes.
It's 8. Quarter of the health.
Okay, so I take 7.
I get 10 back,
And that
which
means
means
I have
I'm
20
at
health.
max HP.
40.
Let's
Shit,
go.
nice.
Yippee.
I am mostly full.
Awesome.
So do we want to have a brief dialogue and end things
So
there?
here's where we're going to end it. Pablo leads
Okay.
you down into this large elevator. You manage to leave the most of the trouble behind you. At the edge of what is essentially like this basement floor, you find Pablo's treasure. Or not necessarily Pablo's treasure, but his keepsake. A compass. This strange, contraption is pieced together very so slightly. There's not a lot of pieces of it left, but it does still seem to function as it points towards somewhere. This, as it glows, you can see a faint green line stretch toward the rest of this cavern. You find you find that it's not necessarily pointing somewhere you can see. You suspect its target is somewhere within the now invisible horizon. This may be where you might find. This may be leading to a clue of where to find Pablo's treasure. And that's the end of the session.
Thank you for listening to Ruin Runners. We here at Action Economy are proud to bring you this and other ongoing content, like Fate Breakers, our Exalted Essence ongoing actual play, and our first completed mini-campaign, our JoJo Tomb of the Red Giant. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed what you heard here, drop us a like, follow, repost us on whatever social media app of your choice you like using, and keep your eyes peeled for more Ruin Runners, hopefully every 2 or so weeks. Catch you then.